Hello, good morning, good Monday, good week. Hope you're having one. Welcome to another episode of You Never Know What You're Getting. It's Monday, the link is pinned, open panel. Come on up with something on your mind. Let's get it off your mind, out into the open. Talk about it, look at it, examine it, or even just share it. What's going on in reality today, virtual or otherwise? the the big excitement over the weekend was the shooting at the White House dinner. I'm glad they got everybody out of the way. Other than that, not much going on. Is it spring where you are? Because it keeps like faking us out up here. Every time I think it's spring and I can put the long pants away and put the heater away, we keep getting hit. But then I hear all these other stories of spring. So wonder what it's like where you are. It's kind of gray and chilly today over here. All right, let's look at some prompts, perhaps. We were doing some the other day. Hang on, let me get social media set up here. Prompts, perhaps. There we go. And if you want to come on panel or you have a topic you want to talk about, drop it in the chat. The link is pinned. In the meantime, it says, what do people pretend not to know because knowing it would be inconvenient? This is all the stuff I'm bad at. I doubt I'm going to know this one. But there's the prompt for today, or for right now. What do people pretend not to know because knowing it would be inconvenient? Like somebody's age and stuff? Maybe how much money somebody makes? All the invisible things you would judge people by or evaluate people by. Because this comes from people like not wanting to know certain things or not wanting to be seen knowing certain things. And I never don't want to know. I'm never one of these people. I always want to know. And it's very hard for me to pretend that I don't know something. So I could already tell this is a different crowd than I would be hanging out with. But then maybe not. Understanding death. Hey, is it Gummy Bear Day? I don't have any. Is there? Welcome, happy Gummy Day. We'll have to do. If anybody has gummies, come on and eat them. I used to like gummies. I like the real kind that you got at the mall, at the Nut Shack, the little kiosk that sold candy and nuts. They had all different kinds of nuts under glass. And they would just scoop them in a big bag and sell them by they have a scale, they would weigh them. Same with the candy. They had the best gummy bears. But the kind you got at the store that were already prepackaged were not half as good. So I got spoiled very early by the gummy bears from the Nut Shack. And to this day, that's really, it has to be the kind you get from the candy store. But we had a teacher growing up that she used to assign us books to read or essays, like 1984 and Plato's Republic and that kind of stuff. And then on the discussion day, she would come to class with a big bag of the gummy bears from the mall, the ones from the nut house. And she would tear it open on her desk, and then we'd all gather around her desk, and we would discuss the book, and we would dig into the gummy bears and eat them while we discussed. And that was a very effective teaching method, at least for us. I have very good memories of discussing books with this lady in the class around the gummy bear table, the gummy bear desk. So I guess if you teach philosophy, bring some gummy bears to class. Today would be a good day to start. It's National Gummy Bear Day, or maybe International. It's Happy Gummy Bear Day. Pop open the gummies and see where it takes your class. It may have made all the difference. It was a method I was raised on, so let the results speak for themselves. Thank you, Shift. I'm having a good gummy bear day already, even without a gummy bear or any kind of bear. Or gummy. Because I tell you what was good after that was the gummy worms. I almost liked those better than the bears. And then they started with the Sour Patch versions, where they had that sour dust on it. Oh my God. What is it? Citric acid? Why does that stuff sends electric shock waves of pleasure from your tongue through all the parts of your body, deep into your brain. That is the best stuff. So that, when they started putting that on the gummy worms, that's when gummy really elevated to the next level. But then it really wasn't gummy after that. It was something else. Hey, African, what's up? I saw something about the UK this weekend, and I thought of you, but then I forgot what it was. Not just you. I thought of everyone on here in the UK. But I don't remember what it was. It seems like maybe I was watching a punk special or a punk documentary, and they were talking about the UK like back in the day, my day, the punk day, the Gen X day. But my memory really is so bad lately. All part of that AGE. If you're lucky enough to get there. I guess it's all a blessing at some point. So what else is up, people? Oh yeah, we were talking about this. I was trying to figure it out because it sounds very much like a neurotypical thing, and I'm trying to figure out if I ever do it. But what do people pretend not to know because knowing it would be inconvenient? I don't know. Is it like pretending like you really do know something, but you pretend not to? Because I'm trying to think of the inconvenience. It would hurt somebody's feelings. There would be social consequences. It could affect your position at work. So there could be material, like side effects from it. So I can think of a few reasons why somebody would pretend like a worldview. I'm trying to think if knowing makes things inconvenient at all, or for me, they ever have. I love knowing things. To me, that's never inconvenient. So it's something that if they knew it or knew too much about it or of it, it would make their life inconvenient. Like how the state gets on the table. If they knew too much about the meat industry, maybe it would be inconvenient to continue to eat meat. Something like that is what I can think of. But I'm trying to think if I have anything like that. Self-examination. I always like to start there because it's what I know the best or the most. And then it ripples out and hopefully overlaps other people along the way. And apparently it does because they show up here. Are there things I'm pretending not to know? If they are, I want to know what they are so I can know them. Like, I don't like not knowing. It's always bugged me. Even as a kid, I had to know everything there was to know. I read encyclopedias. I read Encyclopedia Brown, mystery books, and I had to know the answer to every one of those problems. So I'm trying to think if there was ever anything that I didn't want to know. There's some things that I don't like the gory details of. Like I don't need to know the details of a medical operation. I could know. I guess it would be like psychologically or emotionally or aesthetically inconvenient to know, so I don't actively try to know gory details. So something like that is something that knowing would be inconvenient, maybe. I do believe it's the normal, like most people don't want to know things too much. They want to know things just enough to keep going. But most people don't want to know too deeply in the first place. And the ones that do, like me, we usually end up taking a lot of risk. Like it's not I wouldn't say it's a peaceful, stable way to live. So maybe not knowing, like having there be some things that you just don't need to know is better for the stability of a group or a society. But I just don't have the brain for it. Because if there's something that I need to know, that I know that there is to know, my brain's not going to stop until it knows it. It's curiosity. I've always been super curious, even as a kid. We all were. My siblings, everybody I grew up with, we were always in things. We had our noses in things, hands, feet, fingers. Let's see what this guy has to say about it. Who we're even getting today. Oh, we get the cute one. Who are you today? And what is your grievance of the day? Conspiracy grievance.
Dr. Shane, thank you for having me on the fabulous show today.
Oh, thank you. That you think our show is fabulous.
Yeah,
You
I
look
mean
fabulous.
that's why I had to be a gay gummy bear to get on here.
Just because Gummy Bear Day. Look at that. Well, I did say bring your gummies if you have them. And like
you bring the gummies,
Right.
I'll bring the dummies.
Well, that's a welcome roll switch. Oh, we got another guest. I believe you two know each other. Let's see what he's doing for National Gummy Day. Is that a gummy? A potato?
No.
That's the low tech gummy.
Yeah, most people are,
gummy.
They're smoking McDonald's, French fries like cigarettes, but I'm a potato smoking a cigarette.
Ah.
So it's different.
Happy Gummy Day.
Wow.
What is up?
Quite an honor to join you on Gummy Day for sure.
Yeah, it's quite an honor to be hosting. What's new?
I just got one question. Do the gummies got weed in them?
Yeah, and we don't want people to get confused with the other word for gummy. You guys know about it, right?
Honestly, that never crossed my mind until you said it just now. Not once did I even make the connection.
Yeah.
and I'm surprised. So none of mine did. No. So what's up? What is the conspiracy of the day or the week? There was a shooting that just happened.
The gummy bears return to the freaking frog.
Well, we had a conspirographer on our show. I don't know if you know. We had one of the top conspiracy people in history.
Well,
Yeah.
who do I know them? I'm surprised I don't know them already.
Yeah, we had Mr. Santos Bonacci on the show. So yeah, he's one of the top conspiracy guys. I don't know if you're familiar with this guy.
I'm looking him up
Astrotheology.
right now. Santos
Bonacci.
Bonacci.
Right, yeah, astrotheology. So yeah. So he believes in he believes that basically Jesus and the whole history of it is hidden and it's encoded within the Bible. And there's other thinkers like Jordan Maxwell. I don't know if you know Jordan Maxwell. He's a huge conspiracy guy. This guy was studying under Jordan Maxwell.
Like studying conspiracy theories?
It's kind of like also mixed in with astrotheology. So it's like how you do like the tarots and you have like the star systems and how they relate to human understanding and as above so below and all of that type of stuff.
So it's more mystical, like metaphysical.
Yeah. They have their own version of metaphysics in the occult, where they say metaphysics is the mixture of science and spirituality. So it's not how we colloquially define metaphysics as a branch of philosophy, but they say metaphysics is something totally different. Right?
Is it Mr. Astrotheology? Does he look like somebody out of a Tim Burton movie?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's how he is.
Yeah, I think I found him.
Yeah, so I'm curious to know what you think of the conspiracies, the dangerous conspiracies that warp the minds.
He's talking about the snake people.
Right,
now.
the snakes. Yeah,
Some conspiracies are true.
right. The snake, the Nagas. Right, the snake people.
The Nagas, right? Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Sean, welcome. We already know your conspiracy. Is there any new ones?
Yeah, blessings, Sean.
What's up?
Is this Sean of Source?
It's
No, this is the
conspiracy
communist guy,
No,
I
this
think.
is Sean from Ireland.
Yeah, the Irish communist.
Let me sit down and speak to
I'm
you
not
in
a
your own
communist.
vernacular.
I've got cognitive dissonance, or what's it called? Contradict the law of non-contradiction. Laws of
I see.
logic.
Oppositional defiant.
Oh, oppositional attitude.
You mean oppositional defiant disorder?
That's right. There's only one truth, my guys, and that is my truth.
The 1-1.
Happy Gummy Day, by the way. Are you doing anything to celebrate?
No, I didn't. There's probably a day. Every day is a day for something, isn't there? Now, sorry, I overtook your conversation, Machine Lies.
Blessing it was.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll have like a deal at the weed dispensary because they sell gummies.
So are you a communist? Is that what you're telling me? Are you part of IRA or one of the other followers?
What's the
No.
other one?
But what were you talking about? Machine Lies, the conspiracy guy.
Santos Bonacci. I've had him on the show, so he's a student of Jordan Maxwell, prominent conspiracy researcher. Right, he was on The Hour of the Time with Bill Cooper, one of the premier conspiracy broadcasts of our time. The Hour of the Time by
What's his name?
William Milton Cooper.
I don't know. I know Jack Talcott. Let's see.
Oh,
William
Close enough.
Milton Cooper.
yeah, he's adjacent. Talcott's conspiracy adjacent.
Bill Cooper? The Hour of the Time?
Oh yeah,
He was,
you never heard of this?
no.
Behold
Bill
a Pale
Cooper.
Horse. He wrote a book called Behold a Pale Horse. That's one of the top.
I read the Piers Anthony book on a pale horse.
Oh, I'm
And
not
I
familiar
think
with that.
Agatha Christie wrote one called.
Was it a gay romance novel?
No, it's about death.
Close enough.
The main character is death, and he had to go around and collect people's souls. He killed death. He killed the actual death, and if you kill death, you have to become the new death. And so he had to become death.
Wow, sounds
And his tail horse can turn into a car, kind of like Knight Rider.
Was he an Irish writer by chance?
Do what? Proof of mind control.
Swear he be Irish writer or not?
Who?
The death guy, the death feller.
No, he's American, Florida.
Look,
the Xanth series.
Are you King, the guy from what's it called?
Ooh, hang on, there's a bunch of echoes.
Oh,
people
my
might
fault.
Maybe it's me. Let me go mute.
Yeah. No, it's Jacko.
Yes, my bad. Sorry, I have you on my big speaker. Sorry, but my fault. I thought I muted it. Sorry about that.
Yeah, go ahead again, Sean. What are you saying, man?
You're saying the author of Dracula? What's his name? He's Irish.
Bram Stoker.
Yeah, Stoker. Yeah. Yeah, he's OTO.
He was Irish.
Ordo Templis Orientis.
Occult.
Yes.
Wait, Bram Stoker was OTO?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, he wrote that about like his Jewish boss who ran like the theater or whatever for like the biggest theater in London or some shit. It's pretty interesting. But go ahead.
Machine Lies, are you like? Do you believe in all this occult stuff? Like, cause you're Muslim, right? So that's like
I'm kind of more scientific. No, it's not occulty at all. It's a legitimate thing. Like for example, like Islam contributed to lots of scientific advances throughout history, like algebra. You know, like for example, the algorithm is named after an Arab
and
who studied
alcohol.
Algebra. Yeah. So because they invented the distillation process. So there's a lot of things that Muslims accomplished in science. So I don't think Islam is actually conflated with conspiracy stuff, you see, because most conspiracy people would say the three main religions, there's something I'm like, I don't know if you're familiar with most conspiracy research today, but most of them would start off by saying either the Bible or the three Abrahamic religions, or there's something weird going on with those. Right, that there's something that they're not telling us, that there's a different historiography. So if you're familiar with like flat Earth, they claim that, right? If you're familiar with Jordan Maxwell, he claims that, right? He claims the Bible is all about astrotheology, right? So he would think that Islam and Christianity are false. There's also prominent researchers that say that Islam and Christianity were actually invented either by the Roman Empire or by the Jays. So there's different theories, right? So no, Sean, that's actually false, you know.
And I would say if it was created by one, it was probably created by both. But go ahead.
But would go ahead. Hey, welcome.
Salute.
Hello.
Are they doing
what's up,
it
man?
with just these
What's
three
going on?
religions, or is that something? It sounds like something that any group would do to any other group at some
What's up,
point in
Mike?
history.
Mike's a Catholic, so he knows about some of these because he talks to the gematria guy, right? I've
Yeah,
seen him
where do
debate
you
with
come down on the Pope? Trump
Zachary
versus
Hubbard.
the Pope. Is it splitting? Is it splitting the
Sure.
Catholics where you are? He froze.
I think
up.
he froze out. Yeah, he froze out.
By the way, I don't know Mike, but I heard that he was unalived or something. And I don't know why people are saying that. But
That was one of the gossips.
Back from the dead. I arose on Easter. It's funny because I was released on Easter.
Right.
And I rose again. Yeah. It was all live. I got pneumonia. I passed out and got pneumonia, and that's all it was.
Oh.
And someone down
What's
the
your
street,
take on
I
the
think. The thing on the Pope, so the Pope is a figurehead. The Pope doesn't really mean what you think it means.
Right.
The Pope is kind of like the president. It's just a figurehead. It's just
I see.
a symbol.
So when he and Trump are fighting, is it splitting your loyalties?
No, I'll always go with the church. That's just me. I'll always side with the church.
That's bold.
The church is forever. Yeah.
Well, Well, can I ask you a question? Why does the church hate white people so much?
I don't think they hate. I've never heard the church hate people.
They hate whitey.
Well, I tell you this: in my congregation, I go to Holy Spirit. It's down the street. It's in Virginia Beach, and the majority of the congregation is actually Filipino, so they're actually Asian. So there's I believe there's more Asian and Spanish than there are whites in the Catholic Church.
Interesting.
So Catholics are very diverse, and there's more and more Catholics now and Christians in Africa now. So a lot of people are converting away from Islam into Christianity. So
I think Islam is still the fastest growing.
Yeah, we still on top.
Yeah, and look, I don't have a problem with that. I almost married a Filipino who was Catholic and stuff,
Sure.
So I would have been in the Catholic Church probably. But what I'm saying is just that, like it seems that a lot of this propaganda is coming out to say like, well, the Catholics should hate the Jays, which again, that's debatable, but I would say like more than that, like why do they hate white people so much, and why is there so much propaganda to like use like charities to bring in like tons of immigrants and all this stuff from the Catholic Church?
I've never been privy to that. I mean, all I can tell you is, I'm sorry, Jeff, go ahead.
I haven't heard this either.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely fund some of that.
Yeah. I mean, I can only speak from my experience. My experience is that we welcome everybody, and we feed and clothe everybody. And I told Jeff that Jeff knows this from the past. I don't know if you guys know this, but I work with the Catholic Charities. We give out food, we give out clothing, we do all kinds of drives for people, homeless or not. So the Catholic Church is the single biggest contributor of charities. Catholic charities are the biggest in the world. Are the Catholics? Do they have some faults? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of faults, but there's faults in everybody. There's all kinds of faults. Yeah. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And again, like, don't think this is like a personal thing against like Catholics. It's really not. It's just more of the structural thing. It's not really about. I know a lot of good Catholics, and I know a lot of bad non-Catholics. So I'm. It's not about throwing hate at it. It's just more of like if you kind of have any thought on it, because like.
Sure.
Obviously American history has been very contentious between the white Anglo-Protestants and, the Italian Catholics and the Irish Catholics and stuff like this. And I think that those things never really went away. They just kind of got swept under the rug. And personally, I think that's to both parties' detriment, personally. So, like, I think it's more like some of those things never got addressed, and I think it's really led to a lot of problems for America and ultimately the world. Like, if and that's kind of my problem with like
Africa and stuff like that. So we have that mix. We have that mix of the blood, but even they're Catholic. So Catholicism, spreads across the world. But the whole thing is that the one thing I can say about Catholics is that we do give back. Are we flawed? Yeah, we're flawed. We do a lot of F around and find out stuff. But but they do a lot of good for the community, But I could tell you when I go to mass or I go to any kind of food drive, stuff like that, which we volunteer for. We don't get paid for it; we volunteer for it, and it's nothing but love. People come in and they're starving. Dude, look at the prices of groceries now. Imagine being able to come into the church and you talk to me and Jeff. You sign up, you give us your information, we give you like $200 worth of food.
Oh, I might be one of
for free. It's like, I mean, it's paramount for people. It really is. So Catholicism does have its ups and downs. It does. So I've never been shy to say that the Catholic Church does have its downfall. It does. It does have its bad side. If you're asking me, a man should be able to procreate. To have a priest never be able to touch another person, like in marriage, that's weird. To me, that's weird. I think priests should be able to marry.
Absolutely. That's 100%. I'm with you on that, Mike. Yep.
Yeah.
And one thing, Mike.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you a lot.
Europe and the breakaways from Reformation, usury. Hence why, the Judaic were kicked out of many kingdoms because of the money they owned. And actually, as they went forward on that, because they were very smart, and it's numerology that you were talking about before with
astrotheology.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
With
it's included. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, it's included in right.
Yeah, there's all especially down to that, because Aramaic to Hebrew and all that is a mathematical foundation as well. It's amazing actually when you look into it. Both sides. When you look up to the stars, it's massive. When you look down into the atom and the quantum and further, it's even bigger. God's mystery is always there.
I agree 100%. That's why I'm open to it, right? I'm open to hearing what they have to say, right?
People always make fun of horoscopes and people make fun of astrology. People always make fun of it, right? Because they don't. But if you're asking me now, being religious, I'm not supposed to believe in that stuff. That's supposed to be like, taboo, to believe in horoscopes. And no. You're supposed to only follow what the church says.
It makes more sense if you're religious.
But if you're asking me, every person I ever met that had a sign fits that mold. There's something about astrology.
You're Leo, right?
Yeah, I'm a Leo. Yeah. That always reigns true. And my ex was a Pisces, and it's like we were just we were doomed to fail from the get-go. It's like but we had
to be really good at
fun. But I think there's something about being born under the moon. I don't know if the moon has magnetic power. I don't know psychological power. I don't know what it is. Listen. I'm not an astrologist. I'm not going to get into that. All I'm saying is that there has to be some kind of credence for tens of millions of people to believe in astrology. They believe in it. They swear by it. And look at me. I'm a Leo. I'm fiery. I'm angry. I also can be chill and be relaxed. My son's a Cancer. My mother's a Cancer. My brother's a Cancer. They're all chill. They're loving. Me, I'm a mix. So there has to be something to it.
Well, I'll say this really briefly. Because here's the thing, I do agree. And this is kind of goes back to the question of science and some of this stuff too. Like, one of the problems that I see a lot of people saying is like, well, the Catholics suppressed occultists and they suppressed these things. But here's the thing, is like, maybe there's justification for suppressing some of this knowledge. Like, do you want the average Joe or evil person to have access to all these truths and knowledge and science and technology? Like, I would give points to the Catholics because there may be an argument to suppressing certain forms of knowledge or understandings.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you a mind-blowing question. I'm sorry to cut you off. Let me ask you a mind-blowing question. What if I'm a Catholic and I know that there's hidden secrets that might basically erode Jesus? What if we really come from outer beings, from a different? What if? Just real quick, Jeff, real quick. What if the Catholic Church is suppressing the truth of aliens?
That's exactly. I think that's kind of like what Santos is saying. That the Catholic Church is suppressing this idea, right? That it's like an ancient idea that they're suppressing basically paganism, right? That it's really Gnosticism and paganism. That there's a multiplicity of gods that exist in another world, and they sent Jesus in as an alien. That's what Marcion believed, right? Marcion of Sinope, right? He actually compiled all of Paul's letters. And I think Papias or somebody like that, right, called him like the son of the devil, right? So he was considered a heretic of the church. But he said the God of the Old Testament is basically an evil desert god, but the God of the New Testament is belonging to an alien God that sent Jesus into the world as his son to redeem the world. So he said the New Testament is good, but the Old Testament is bad.
Yeah,
essentially. So.
Well, I've always seen it like it follows a pattern. There's always pattern and process within everything, right? And the same goes with Isaac, the sacrifice, the Passover. All those things come into alignment of where the Christ comes in, from Ezekiel to Isaiah. Those were written in, and it's star charts as well. It's unbelievable. that people reject this. So also that the medium, if you will, of the Christ was to awash this, and then create the New Testament of for everyone, Jew and ye Gentile. So it was for everyone upon this earth, not for this group and that group.
Right. Well, let me ask this to Mike really quick, because I think that's an interesting point too. But I want to ask this before I forget for Mike. If they are suppressing that, how do you feel about that? Do you think there could be a good justification for suppressing that information from the average person, or?
Sure. And I think that, okay, so let's break this down real fast. And I love that question. That's an amazing question. I think 95% of people have a very low IQ, right? They can't compartmentalize what you're saying right now. What me and you were saying, what if there is this civilization, like what if there's 15 more steps above consciousness? A lot of the people are literally drones, right? Oh, okay, I'm making 15 an hour, I'm winning. The whole point is that I think a lot of people can't comprehend that there's something bigger than us. There's something much bigger.
What if there's nothing to comprehend and we're not actually dumb?
If you want my opinion, I've had a rough year, and what I'm looking at now, as I will always be a Catholic because I've been baptized, I believe Jesus was real. Like, he was a real mortal man. Was he the Son of God? It's getting more and more disputed. Maybe he was a man that spread goodwill, but was he the Son of God? That's what I'm wrestling with. And I talk to my pastor about it all the time, my priest, and was he God's son, or was he just a man who spread love and joy? There's so much to unpack in this. If you're asking me if extraterrestrials are real, yes, man, I believe there's thousands of civilizations. If the universe is infinite, how can there not be more people out there? Come on, man.
You almost have me wishing I believed. It sounds so cool.
I mean, Jack, think about this.
What if they're not even out there? What if they're here with us? What if they're here on Earth with us?
And this is another thing. It's another thing. I was researching this hard, and I have to pull back, because if you get too much into this, you get sucked into the vortex. Different dimensions. There's supposed to be 7 to 8 dimensions where these aliens can travel different dimensional portholes. Did you guys hear about that? The wormholes and the portholes. Apparently, they can bend space and time. Allegedly, space can be bent. Have you heard this?
In a movie? In real life?
In real life. We could bend space and time.
Well, it's supposedly one entity.
Yeah.
They
talk about that. Actually, like, we believe like there's like jinns, so there's like interdimensional beings that can bend space and time.
The jinns, the jinns and the fallen angels and all kinds of stuff, man.
The Nephilim, the Seraphim.
The Nephilim, the tall white, the small grays. I mean,
you could go on into what you want. I mean,
I think the Bible very clear. I just want to say really quickly, I think the Bible leaves plenty of room for all that to be true, and still Jesus is the Son of God, and still all these things. Like, I don't see them as necessarily in conflict with each other. Now, I don't necessarily want the average person to know that truth per se, but here we are, and most people are at least aware of it, which, maybe for better or for worse, I'm not sure, but I don't see them as mutually exclusive truths per se, which sounds weird from a Christian point of view, but I definitely don't. I don't think it hurts my reconciliation of my faith versus all these other things.
To second guess your faith only reinforces what you believe. And the thing is that I'm going to be 51 in a couple months. I'm going to be 51. And I'm telling you, I've never seen, like, right now in the world, I see like something I've never seen in 50 years. Like, I think we're coming to fruition. Like, I'm telling you, like, I don't know what to say, but like, we're about to implode. The world's going to implode. It really is. I mean, we're at the cusp of imploding.
Well, there's also evidence that says that the world, or the Earth, the sun, the star, there are cycles, and we're heading to one of those cycles right now. So that could also go into Anunnaki, where the planet X is forming into our solar system again. Hence, what was before, or why we are the children of men, if you will.
Did you hear, African? Did you hear the story? Now, this is only allegedly, that we were supposed to launch some missiles into Iran, and they got scrambled by extraterrestrials. There's a theory out there that we were supposed to shoot some Patriot missiles into Iran.
What I know and what they've given information privy to us is that the amount of ordnance, and especially those missiles, in one day you used $3.5 billion. Bang.
Mm-hmm.
You used almost a reserve of 20% of some of these missiles. You only make 100 a year. You know what I mean? It can travel 3,000 kilometers, these things. Exact precise. So I don't know. I don't know, because
Jeff,
the technology. I don't know, alien.
So Jeff and African, I don't know if you remember this. About a year ago, I work for a contractor. I work for a contractor for the military, and I'm telling you that. Remember, I told you about pulse weapons and energy directed weapons.
Oh yeah. I believe that. No, First Earth Battalion, real. That shit.
They just put it on some destroyers. They just put it on.
Yeah, I could imagine they have. I mean, the whole thing with what they saying as well with these HARP technology has been bombed by Iran, and so it started raining again.
The weather weapon
between Iran and Iraq dropped by 5 degrees, and it's also like other things. It's things are there's a new well that's happened, or a new spring that's come up in the Euphrates somewhere, which is the bang. There is something happening.
It busted up through the brown. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
So really quick question. I apologize to interject here, but I think all these subjects are related. When you see the war in Iran and all this stuff going on, do you think it's really the Jays versus the Catholics versus the Muslims, or all this stuff, or do you think this is a part of a much bigger game to bring about this technological utopia to avoid this implosion that you're speaking of? Like, it does seem like it's a very Ragnarok versus Ushas, or like utopia versus dystopia. Like, there is some sort of cycle, or and it's like an occult war, and it's like a Abrahamic quote unquote war, simultaneously kind of reflecting each other, in my opinion. And I want to ask Mike and others how you guys feel about that take.
I'll give you time.
I don't have to build into that conspiracy.
African, you go first. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, so I would always permit that, yes, this is true. Gog and Magog shall come apart together. I've been arguing about this for a while, and it'll probably be Russia and China. Nevertheless, that these things have to happen. The seals have to permit for this to go on. Hence why the devil, will have his advocate, and the big brother, the machine, will have what it will be, and we will go to some sort of point of war, nuclear, for the world to actually bow under the beast. And yeah, this is just part of the plan. Hence why, when I was in Jordan, I did a little pilgrimage to King Aaron's tomb out there in the desert. And while I was going with a couple of teachers there, they were proper teachers. They were very well educated men. 2 tour guides, 2 different times, and one of them took me across these things called genie blocks, and they're massive stones. And this is not too far from Saudi Arabia, through the desert down that side. And his virtue was these genie blocks, because we don't really understand where these Nabateans, I believe they were called, how they came together in Petra, and the influence of those nations that came in and out, because it's always influence. And as we go through it, intertextuality, as we grow and we understand each other, blah, 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 things change over generations. And so the genie block became what is, Saudi for the powerhouse of, Islam. And that's the counterbalance for the Judaic, or also maybe the sword of the Judaic, to make it work across the world. Hence why, Jesus is like, everyone. And both 2 sides of, Islamic and Judaic are, no, only through us. It's there. You don't have anything else but what we tell you. This is the law.
African, you high?
No.
Oh.
but I'm saying that's what I believe. That's what
Interesting stuff, African. Quite a lot of stuff there to chew on, honestly. The end
Yeah, I
times,
know.
Gog and
I'm
Magog, the entire thing. Islam as the broom of Judaism, and so on and so forth. As some rabbis have said, lots of interesting concepts. Right, for real.
It's amazing to see. It's amazing to see the rise of Islam, and we know that it's gonna overtake Christianity. Islam is gonna
Think so?
overtake Christianity. It's going to.
I think they're both. I think Islam and Christianity are kind of going to overtake Judaism, if you know what I mean.
It really has.
It seems like that's like the really old one.
But I can tell you this. I'm going to cut you off. I can tell you this. Like a real Christian, like we come from Knights Templar, like a real actual Roman Catholic with roots 500-600 years. Dude, we are no joke, bro. We will fight to the end. I will fight to the end to fight for Christianity.
Well, what do you mean by Knights Templar? Because this is something I've been trying to understand, like how that fits into like Rosicrucianism and Hermeticism and all. Like, and again, if you don't mind, like I don't, because I like here's the thing is like I grew up as a Protestant. I lean Orthodox now, and like I think of myself as really just a regular Christian. So I'm just putting my biases out there. But there is something to be said about, I think if you want to really help the world, you would have to have some sort of clandestine intergenerational things. And to be honest with you, I'm a little bit I'm a little bit upset that I haven't been invited into any of these things, just so I know for myself like what's really moving the world. So if you don't mind explaining to me, what does that mean?
Sure. So what Knights Templar is, Knights Templar was basically Catholics, Roman, and a lot of French. Now a lot of French were Catholics back then. So it was either French or Italians were Catholics, and they were Knights Templar if they were knights. And they would defend Jerusalem. They would defend the Jews. There's a great movie called The Kingdom of Heaven. If you've ever seen that movie with Orlando Bloom, and it kind of breaks down the Knights Templar defending the Kingdom of Heaven, defending the Jewish religion. So Catholics were basically their bodyguards for many, many years. And the Jews turned on the Catholics, and, basically, and bastardized them. And then they were left to their own. And then Saladin ended up, conquering, the Muslims conquered Jerusalem, basically in the end. But if you're asking me, the whole thing is that, Roman Catholics were knights. They fought and they scratched, but like for what? For what purpose? So religion does cloud your mind. But if you're asking me, yeah, definitely. But the whole thing is that, it's religion drives men crazy. It drives men crazy.
But not just religion. I think things like politics or ideologies or secular beliefs can do the same thing.
It gives you a meaning, gives you a purpose. It gives you like a landing point. But the problem is that, where do you want to go with that? And I can tell you this, growing up when I was younger, anybody not Catholic was not my brother. Now I look at Muslims, I look at Jewish people, I look at Protestants as my brother. Because God wants you to love everybody, no matter what your creed or preference is. But when I was younger,
Are Muslims your brother?
Yes, one of my best friends is Muslim. One of my best friends.
Yeah, one of my best friends was Catholic, and I also had a great best friend that was a Pentecostal Christian, but he died, and he was actually like one of my best friends of all time. Right?
It was weird when I went to mosque, right? So he said to me, "You want to come to mosque?" We went to mosque in Norfolk, Virginia. That's where I'm in Virginia Beach, but there's a mosque in Norfolk, and he said, "You want to come to mosque?" And I had my chain on, my big gold cross and stuff, and he's like, "Well, you need to take that off. You can't bring that." But it's one of those things where they didn't, it offended people, and I didn't take offense to it. I took it off.
The Muslims don't believe in anything should be ideological,
I took it off. It's no problem.
They have images.
One of the guys I know, I'm close to, a friend, is a Sufi.
But the food was so good. We had naan bread and lamb and rice. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing.
It had some biryani or something. Yeah, man.
It was amazing. It's amazing. So there's a piece. There's a piece to the Muslim religion, but there's also a chaos. But remember, there's also a chaos to Catholic religion. There's Catholics.
I was about to say, like, it's how you interpret it. And
and
every religion is going to have.
Islam hasn't had a reformation.
Yeah.
In technicality,
That's
it's
true.
just broken away
That's
from
true.
how. Yeah, exactly. So it's been
it's having a
forced
trouble. Sort of catching up with the technological world and also liberalism. It seems like
Yeah,
like in Hamtramck, right, where they had the lesbians, sort of making out. Right, the Muslims were losing their mind. They were chimping out, right, because these two lesbians made out. Right, so yeah, they will not tolerate these things for whatever reason. Right, so yeah, they are way behind for sure.
I had a real problem. I was talking to my father, of course, my priest, not my father, and I was like, can a woman be a priest? And he's like, well, it's not supposed to be a woman, but there's exceptions. So there's exceptions within the church. There is exception, but they have to be celibate. They can't.
It goes by diocese now.
Yeah, they can't be with anybody else. They have to stay celibate. In other words, they're linked to God. God is their only. They can't.
Just like the men.
But yeah, but if you're asking me, you got to let somebody, be free. You have to let someone have a relationship. It's only healthy.
Yeah, I think it might be in Timothy, or I could be wrong about that, but I think Paul tells women to cover their hair when they go into church. So that's very similar to Islam, right? So it's like, you cover your hair, right? So
hair is sacred to them, and the Hasidic women, they wear wigs to cover their hair. They wear wigs. So look it up, Jeff. The Hasidic women wear wigs.
Oh, I believe
so they cover their own hair because their hair is sacred.
Whoa, I never heard of that. That's crazy.
So Hasidic women wear wigs. Look it up.
That's wild.
Yeah, they do, and they bow real hair. The best of it. Also, some of the Talmud would say that only when the European empire, if you will, the Europeans are conquered, that's when their Messiah shows up.
Yeah, they talk about Ishmael and Edom destroying each other. That Ishmael and Edom will destroy each other, and it's come to represent, basically the Muslims and the Christians over time. Right?
Yeah,
that's how, again, the devil, if you will, the advocate, the Antichrist, will set about his world.
Absolutely. And I think like some of the Talmud stuff, I think it is anti-Christos because it basically defames and lies about Jesus, right, as a historical figure, right? It says that Mary, slept with a Roman soldier and all this type of stuff. So it's extremely blasphemous to Jesus.
Who said it before as well that the Romans were conspiracy of that? Because I read that when who died? I think it was Judas of Iscariot died. They had to bring another one in, and it was the Christ. And bang, So they had to. Was Judas? I don't know. Yeah, but they had to make a Christ figure, which was the Christ. I read that somewhere in a novel.
I'm not getting that one. Break that one down, Plastic. I'm not really understanding.
Okay, so if you put that, one would say that when Judas gave his master up, the point was that he was the Messianic message because he knew what he had to do, give up to start this process.
You mean Messiah, son of Joseph, and then Messiah, son of David? There's two Messiahs.
Iscariot, he killed himself in the end. This is a mortal sin. You're going to hell, boy. But he also knew that he had to start those motions to make the Lamb of God the Lamb of God. Same as goes that Satan in the 40 days and 40 nights, when he approached Christ to tempt him, was that he, the devil, Lucifer, did not understand that by crucifying the man, Christ, he set about the freedom of every soul that he had captured to the end of days. To when the judgment comes for all mankind and everything to be risen again and then go back to the source to be us after death. Hence why life is there.
What do you think about Jesus saying this generation will not pass until all of these things happen? So he was talking about the end of the world, and it was supposed to happen in his generation.
Only the Father knows the time that it will show.
Yeah, there's also the Gnostic work called the Gospel of Judas, right? That defames the 12 apostles by saying that they're in hell, right? Like doing all sorts of sinful acts, right? Whereas Judas is actually liberating Christ by putting him on the cross, right? So it reverses everything.
Yeah, exactly that. But the same goes to, again, why in some respect after Constantine, who brought together the letters of Saul or Paul, drew a line in the sand to bring about the ending of all these other groups that were splintering off, and also to bring together a one God, a monolithic God. Is that right? Yeah.
Well, he didn't accomplish that part.
Well,
He was
well,
He did, because he stopped like
The
pagan.
Jews are making their prophecies come true by making Israel bigger and using the other religions to bring back their Messiah or something.
What are you talking about?
well, hold on.
Well,
Before we jump off into
I
that deep end, let
think
me
the
just comment
Jews
back
are
on what
like
we're talking about.
using the other religions to make their Messiah come back. Because I think the Messiah
What
in
does that
the
even
Old
mean?
Testament
What
is Israel,
religions?
isn't it?
What Messiah? Who's coming back? I need details.
Well, can we just pause before
Israel.
we go
Israel
off
is
into
the
that?
Messiah.
Hold on,
The Jews.
because that's a huge giant like wormhole that we're about to jump in. Before we jump off into that, I just want to understand from a Knights Templar point of view, do you think that the Jews, the Muslims, and the Christians can kind of like come together like in a new religion type of way, or do you think it's more of like we're going to work in tandem to stop the forces of like paganism, or how do you view that basically?
Well, no, it's atheism. Atheism is going to.
I'm asking Mike. I'm asking Mike. Unless you're a Knights Templar, I'm asking Mike. Sorry.
Sure.
I'm atheist.
No, you're good. You're good. I think we can all coexist. That's what I'm trying to say.
Can we
No, but
become
if
one
there's only
religion?
one true religion, guys, it's kind of hard to coexist because it's contradictory. You know what I mean? So that's why the atheists are correct. sadly
Well,
to
but
say.
atheism is retarded, though. That's the problem with atheism.
Well,
so.
if you're asking me, as going into to Roman Catholicism, if you're asking me, I'm sorry to say it, but the Jewish religion, Jesus himself is Jewish, so the Jews are basically the kings of religion.
But you know what I mean? Like, I
Is
heard
that
in
an
the Old Testament-
official Knights Templar position, or is that?
Yeah, we are
Okay.
we are here to protect the Jewish people.
But don't the Jews think that their Messiah is Israel and that the God of Israel will rule the world and there'll be peace on earth and utopia and all that stuff?
Well, it's
So
the
they want to
temple.
make
Yeah.
Israel bigger, like King David's territory, and then make everybody believe in Judaism.
But
I'm
hold on one
actually-
second.
Right.
But wait. Before we get into that, can you define Jew for me? So, like, what is your definition of a Jew? That's what I need to
Right.
understand. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
important.
Well, a Jewish person, like the Jewish religion.
No, not you. I'm asking Mike. I'm trying to understand the definition of Jew under this
A
belief.
Jewish
like what?
true,
What's the official Knights Templar definition of a Jew?
sure, a
How
true
do you know How do you know a
Sure.
true from a false Jew? How do you know when people are doppelganging? How do you know when people are abusing their power? No, I'm being serious.
Definitely.
I'm not
No,
trying
you
to
could
be
you could be black. You could be black and be a Jew. You could be Sammy Davis Jr. and be a Jew. It's to follow every single religious practice of a Jewish religion.
Okay, so it's religious, not
Yeah.
ethnic, correct? So why
Exactly,
wouldn't we
it's
just tell the
religion.
whole world? Why wouldn't we? And I've said this for 5 years. Why not
Yeah.
just tell everyone to convert to Judaism if that's the case?
There you go. You'd have 100 million Jews.
That's also
You know?
because, in some respect, you can only be Jewish by a mother's blood.
So my I'm sorry to cut you off. Plastic. So my stepfather, we're from New York, and my stepfather, they're from Romania. They're Romanian, right? My stepfather, but they converted to Judaism, so they're Jewish Romanians, but they're Jewish. Passover, all the Jewish stuff, and so you can be Jewish and not be from Israel. That's all.
Of course.
Sure, but here's the other part though. Wait, before we jump on, I just want to mention this. Within Judaism and other religions as well, the Jew comes first for the Jews. So if the Jews are the kings of us and they put themselves first, regardless of crime or whatever else, which again, I'm not faulting them for that. We should all probably do that
I'm
to some
so
degree.
lost.
Hold on, wait. Let me
about?
finish this point. How can we trust them as our rulers if they
I don't
always
want to
put
get more
themselves?
lost.
How can we trust them as rulers if they're always going to put their people over others? Which is their right to do that. But I'm just saying, how can we do that?
Ruling what? They're not ruling you.
Well, no. This is what Mike is saying. I'm basing it on Mike's interpretation of religion and faith and stuff like this. So I'm just trying to understand it. I just want to fully understand. And this is not an attack on his belief. I want to understand what he's saying.
Sure. If you're asking me, it's one of those things where there's dominance within religion, and if you're asking me, the Jewish people have the strongest belief in religion, but if there's idiosyncrasies within their own religion, yes, just like Catholicism, there's always idiosyncrasies. There's always like things that you want to second guess and ask questions about, But if you're asking me, what I believe as a Roman Catholic, I believe Jesus was my savior. I believe he is the Son of God. That's just what I choose to believe. But are there idiosyncrasies within the Jewish religion? Yes, there are.
But if the Jews reject the Messiah, how are you brothers with them? And again, I'm just trying to understand from your point of view.
Sure.
I'm not faulting you for it. I just want to understand, how do you reconcile that problem, right?
That's a good question. But it's just like, do I give up or do I try to figure out how I can bridge the gap?
But if they have the most pure religion, why don't you just convert to Judaism and tell all the Christians to convert to Judaism? That's where I'm getting
question.
lost.
And that's a great question. And I thought about it. I thought about converting to Judaism. I thought about it. I'm not going to lie to you about it. I thought about converting to be Jewish. I thought about it, but I can't.
If you throw the Son of God thing out the window, like you said earlier, it would be very easy.
But I can't turn my back on my baptism. My parents baptized me as Roman Catholic, and I'll be Roman Catholic till I die. That's my belief. Sure, that's my belief.
But would you say, and again, do not take this personally. It's truly not, because I've tried to understand this for many years. So, but you don't see a contradiction between your oath as a Knights Templar and your baptism, or do you think that they're complementary? Or
I see a constant, interdiction. It's constant. It's like we're our own worst enemy as human beings. Like, we don't make any sense. But if you're asking me, I'm only following what I was born into. But do I appreciate the Jewish religion? I do. But I do recognize the idiosyncrasies of it all. It's all just this one big mental game. I literally think that religion is literally one big mind fuck. Do you believe that?
I do now.
In almost every case, I do. In almost every case, I do. But that doesn't mean that the truth within religion is wrong.
Exactly. That's asinine, Mike. Because without religion, we would actually have no America. We wouldn't be in these places.
Right. And you're right, but I'm saying that it's meant to challenge and confuse you. It's meant to challenge and confuse you.
They kept record. I mean, who has a novel?
Something we need.
Exactly. Who has a novel, if you will, that we know these scripts come that reference themselves almost 55,000 times within it over a period of 3,000 years? It's somewhere there. This is nuts. It's a true speaking of it. And also the influence of it all in the modern world that we live in today, right? And our rationality because of that. Because it's no longer, I'm just king in that. There's also the whole thing about us Christians or Westerners or anyone who's rational is that we actually have to be abide to the law of the land and be accountable, right?
Yes.
There we go. Yeah. And that is a great value that the religious world has given us because of all those damn men and women and children and everything that died over that, just on those things, those foundations.
And these conversations need to be had. Jeff, I will talk to you maybe offline. Jeff, I almost passed away. The whole thing with where I was passed out and like they had to intubate me and I was almost passed away. And I went somewhere that was different. So,
what you mean, mentally?
I was in a room where it was dark and there was people in front of me with face paint and in other words, I don't know if I was in delirium or if I was in hell. I don't know what it was.
Oh, wow.
But like I had a near-death experience. That's not fake. I mean, all the records are there. Like I was literally, gone. And I passed out and I had pneumonia and I was in the mud for 6 hours and thankfully someone found me. But like I was gone. I was totally gone. And there's something out there. There's something different out there, man. If you're asking me, hell is real or different realms are real, that stuff is real, bro. That stuff is real.
Yeah, it's
You know,
pretty
you
wild,
could.
sir. I can't believe that happened to you. That's pretty wild.
No, dude, I was So what I was having a lot of personal issues, and I drank way too
Hang on, I'm
much,
gonna let
and
this guy on.
I
See if
passed out. I passed out in the front yard, and they found me 6 hours later.
what
So
time
I
did you
was,
start? Hey, Twilight, is that you?
yeah, I was
Yeah.
unconscious.
What's up, Jeff?
Yeah, yeah.
What's up,
Mr.
Jack?
Female.
But they bring me back, and I was in the hospital for 12 days, and I'm good to go. But it was go ahead.
One second, Mike. Jack sent me the link, and I was just listening while I was making food. I told him I was busy,
Sure.
but I was listening. Do I get this right? You're a Knights Templar.
My family, we have lineage to Knights Templar. Yes.
Very interesting. Okay, I've
Very
studied
good.
I've studied this type of thing for a long time.
Mhm.
Are you familiar with Timothy Hogan?
I've never heard that name before.
You never heard that name before. Okay. Well, you say you have a lineage. In what way?
Well, we're Italian, Swiss, and German.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. My family came from Naples.
Mhm.
So
We're from
you're
Gala. We're from Sicily.
okay. So you said you were raised Catholic.
Mhm.
Yeah, same here. I'm no longer religious in any way. I kind of agree with you. I was listening to what you were saying, and agree with a lot of it. Uh, you got to define a lot of these terms. What is extraterrestrial? I was watching it like in fast mode. What does that even mean? you know, what is it really like something like completely out there, or is it us? Coming from some other maybe past civilization or maybe future civilization, you know? Is it really somewhere out there on some other planet, or is it something that's always been here? Are these myths that we've been told? I know the Templars were very much like cartographers of like ancient traditions, right? And the reason why I'm interested in them is because from my study of a lot of this stuff, like I seem to have a lot of should you say like kindred interests for not being involved in it, I guess you could say. um and so like I know the Templars were like interested in like ancient civilizations, especially like Atlantis and all this, and like the possibility of there being other like civilizations and other beings out there and all this, and I think there's plenty of evidence to suggest that, especially if you go into the different mythologies of our ancestors that were just supposedly bored and didn't have anything to do. They didn't have television, so they just wrote all this stuff down that to occupy themselves. But like you read like the Mahabharata and even stuff in the Bible, if you
Is
like,
this rant?
no, it's not.
Oh,
What I'm saying is
No, it's a different guy, Jeff, for sure.
there's always been this understanding that there was ancient knowledge that was kind of like lost, and Templars especially, but other groups as well, uh were to kind of recover this information that was lost. And so I'm just very curious what your take is on that, because it
Sure.
completely aligns with everything else you were saying.
Sure. If you're asking me about Templars, the whole thing is that Templars are more of they're more soldiers. They're more like, not slaves, but a little more like soldiers. They don't really catalog, that's the Catholic Church is the one who really catalogs everything, either
like
bishops
cop?
or knights or stuff like that, Yeah, but like, all that stuff is recorded within the Catholic Church, the Vatican has, I mean, the massive amount of records that the Vatican has is just
Right.
unbelievable.
Yes.
And the biggest scare is that if those files came unredacted,
Yeah.
to see, because allegedly there is a rumor that if the Catholic Church opened up its archives, it would show that extraterrestrials are the ones that seeded mankind.
Yes. This is why I mentioned Timothy Hogan. He's part of a grand universal order of Templars. And he's
I
actually
think
come.
that
Alien Templars. Am I the only one with no on the aliens?
the Templars are actually either Roman Catholics or were the Swiss, with the Swiss Guard. The Swiss or
Where
Catholics,
did the aliens come
German.
in?
Yes.
But the whole thing is that this is the whole thing. We were the guardians of the Catholic Church, and then the Swiss Guard took over. But the whole thing is that, it's going to show that Jesus was a man. He was an actual mortal man.
Right.
But was he the Son of God? That's the rub. And that's the rub. Was he or was he not? Was he a great talker? Was he an evangelist? Was he like Jimmy Swaggart? Was he, encapsulating? Was he able to turn these people into believers? Or was he actually have the blood of Jesus? Jesus had the blood of God in his veins. So that's the difference. That's what's the thing. So, or is extraterrestrials the lineage of what we are now?
That's the other explanation.
So let me ask you this, Jeff. Have you seen the movie Prometheus?
No.
Prometheus, I think, is the movie that really breaks apart what is the lineage of Christ and God and alien interpretation. So in Prometheus, the aliens seeded free man. And they seeded man into becoming upright. So Prometheus.
They were the aliens?
Yes, it's the aliens, basically before aliens. Prometheus was like pre-aliens,
Yep.
So
Prometheus was a precursor, was like an Enki, was like a Lucifer.
If you're asking me, I believe
Mike, Prometheus was what in the Greek mythology?
Yes.
Gave us fire, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And so you can boil all those things down. Again, they are cycles. We will see, we will witness.
AI is the new fire.
We are very tangible, amazing creatures. I don't actually understand some of the time when I've seen out in the deserts of Egypt, Luxor, Karnak, the Valley of the King. That sort of, how the hell did they do that to?
Well, exactly. Allegedly,
did they do that? And there's lots of it, and it's everywhere.
Yes,
it's nuts. It's like, wow, you guys. There was loads of us doing this, or took away this. We were using what? Chisels?
Well, see, this is the thing, and then you look into like the Mahabharata or like Druidic mythology, or you just pick one. Honestly, you could look into any of it.
It goes further, doesn't it? Where did it?
Hey, person in the back, flash your cam so I can see.
Right.
You can look into pretty much any mythology that's supposedly all fiction, and they have these incredible accounts of hyper advanced weaponry and technology, and it's like, what in the hell are they talking about? And it takes now to us to look at it and be like, okay, maybe there's something going on here. And my take is that I don't think they're necessarily alien in the way that they're described to us. I think they're just like us. I think we would pass by them on the road and we wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would say that our ancient blood had to come from somewhere else. And this became our refuge.
Why not just from monkey, chimpanzees, and the existing animals?
Okay. Our DNA, with everything, the hand of God is in every time, so it's there. It has to happen. As Mike said before, there are many, many kingdoms out there. There are billions, probably.
Yes,
just like us. But we don't get to contact each other because of the scale of it, or is it because we destroy ourselves? Say the Drake equation.
Right, exactly.
Into these pragmatic views of how we see it, or is it that the AI that we're sending out, or something like that, is going to be able to network us across that time again, like a synapses of the brain of God, that is amongst the
Right.
universe that we are, and we are the conscience of everything that we choose to do that affects us. And in our time that me and you live in, that no other fucking, go back 100 years, go back 30 years, we didn't have this sort of technology.
No, we had AOL.
Well, they're holding it back to us. I mean, there's the secret stuff they have. Clearly, warfare is the one that pays the best bill, because that's dominance and perseverance and keeping ourselves together, right? I have a door; it has a lock. That door's pretty damn strong. Yeah, that lock is hard to break. If it wasn't for those things, who cares?
Definitely. It's just, we're very special. We're very special in this whole scheme of the universe. And we're very special. And I believe that God picked us. To be His voice.
Right.
But we're very flawed. We make so many mistakes, but He wants us. So God said in the Bible, we're built to be flawed. We're flawed. We're going to make mistakes, but we're supposed to learn from our mistakes. We're supposed to learn from them. There's something very spiritual about human beings. We are the weirdest creation that God has ever made. This is what I believe. We're weird, and there's so many movies that will say that humans, they will have the most beautiful memories and the worst nightmares. In other words, we are capable of so much more than we know that we can do. We are only in our infancy of our progression.
Let me see your face.
We're gonna keep evolving. You ever see the movie Lucy with
Yes.
where we can use more of our brains?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into it now, but it has a lot to do with my own
If we can
personal
tap into more
beliefs.
of our God gave us universal power. He gave us this gift, but we can't access that part of our brains yet.
Right.
And
Power.
it's a theory. In Lucy, she's able to tap into parts of the human brain that you can't really tap into.
Oh wait, one more time. I'm sorry.
The movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Lucy.
It's a fantastic movie, and whoever wrote it knows something.
She's able to tap into the human brain, the parts that we can't tap into. And when she taps into those parts, she's basically universal. She's fluid. She's a signal. Like it's we are nothing more than just a creation of these beings. So I think that God is so removed from human creation. He's removed from us. Like he made us, but he made our makers, if that makes sense.
It does.
I just think I think he made our makers, and he's sitting back.
Right, who was talking about? Yeah. Thank you guys for having me. Who was talking about a lock? Like we make the lock so strong and so sturdy. A lock's just a deterrent, right? Don't me put the fucking locksmith over there and pick your lock. You know what I mean? You have to bust the fucking door off the hinges.
It's an analogy of it. You understand?
We know I gotta kick your goddamn shit down. We can silently go into your. A lock is not. It's not as safe. It's just a deterrent. You know what I mean? As a deterrent.
Yes.
If someone wants to go into your shit, they're gonna get into it, guaranteed.
I'm sorry, I didn't. A lock to what?
In Africa, I had dogs. All right, and those dogs on the land, we left our doors open. Believe me, with electric gates and stuff. No.
My door's unlocked. Yeah, like I'm not. You want to fucking get in here? Yeah, come get the fuck up.
Yeah, it's the way it is. And nevertheless, I bet you have some weaponry. So that's what we had to do. So yeah, you got it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It's not safety. It's a deterrent.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back to the welcome, man.
So I do think that there are other civilizations out there, and I welcome them. I hope that we, in our lifetime, all the people up here, hope in our lifetime.
Well, it's a false sense of security, buddy. You think you're secure?
I hope in our lifetime. I hope. Okay, that's great. If I can finish. I hope in our lifetime we can have a resolution to other lives out there in the infinite universe. I hope we can have resolution to that.
Okay,
there's
why
nothing
not?
up there,
And then I'm gonna pop you all while we're at it.
Go ahead. All right.
I got
I
a
do think
revelation
there's
with you, tough guy, Mr. Cerrone, with her fucking mic. Come on now.
right. That's
What's up,
okay.
guy? What
That's
happened?
all right. You're obviously
Hey,
What
intoxicated,
happened,
but
buddy? You got a little old?
yeah,
What happened?
yeah. There's obviously something out there trying to reach out to us and kind of teach us. And I hope that we can learn a better way to be.
You want
I
to
hope
meet
so.
him? I have direct contact with him. You want to meet him?
You have direct contact with who?
It's ineffable. I can't put a name. You want to
With
meet
who?
him? It's not who.
With the bottle of booze? Who?
No, with what? Look up.
Look up who?
I can't really put a name on it, buddy. You want to meet
Right.
him or
So
no?
I'm hoping that we able to bridge the gap and be better, going forward.
I'm gonna be like a nice Mike over here while I'm a cocksucking little faggot retard named Mike Cerrone.
Well, you're slurring your words and you
What's
sound
the
ridiculous
problem?
right now. Yeah, you're slurring your words.
Yeah, I'm slurring my words. I wear my same hat every fucking day, and look at
My
me.
team
And,
hat?
my beard is
All right,
gray.
all right. We were having
Get the
better
fuck outta here.
conversation with this.
I'll
before
slap
this
the living
started.
fucking shit out of you, you fucking little
No,
bastard.
Cage.
All right.
Cage. You can't come up here and
You
threaten
remember
me.
me?
Sorry, you're gonna fight me?
No.
You already done that to yourself, retard. But yeah,
All right, we're moving
what's up?
on to back to the conversation. Aliens started
Yeah.
the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
And
And
humanity.
that's the thing. And Jeff, that's the thing is like,
All right, Mike, you're
the
Roman
theory is
Catholic.
Let him
What's with
talk,
the fucking
Cage, let him
Paul?
talk.
Hold on.
Jeff,
In
just
the
drop him. Jeff,
Vatican,
just
how
drop
come
him.
how
Just
come
drop
they
him, Jeff.
the smoke? Wrong one, buddy. But yeah,
Yeah.
the smoke, how it goes from white smoke to black smoke. What does that signify? You know about that? Little Vatican.
Oh, when they're choosing the Pope?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mike should act like he knew. But yeah. Either way, what does that signify? How does that happen?
Okay, go ahead, Mike. Hey, Gage, I didn't know y'all had some kind of beef. I would not have let you.
No. There's no beef.
I don't
There's no
got
beef
fucking
whatsoever.
beef with this little fucking pleb
Cage is
retard.
just drunk.
Obviously
He's just
not.
drunk all the time. That's all.
Oh, okay, and you're just cocksucking all the time. But yeah,
Well, there's
Easy,
something going on
easy.
here that's interrupting the conversation. So it started with
Yeah, he's just drunk all the time. That's all.
Well, I do
I'm
too.
completely
right?
drunk. I'm incoherent. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You guys don't fucking answer me, you bastards.
Oh,
Yeah,
you were talking.
no
We
doubt.
didn't even hear you. What were you saying?
I bet you would.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good.
On a gay person's fucking channel that wears antlers. I hope you know
Well,
that.
Jeff is gay. Is that a problem?
And he wears antlers. Maybe not.
Yeah.
For me, I wouldn't agree with that. Does your religion agree with that, Mr.
Don't have
fucking
them
Mike?
on. Put 'em.
So, Cage, do you want to be gay? Do you
dude.
think you'd be happy if you were gay? You'd be
No.
happier? The man?
Hey, we're not doing the Mike.
I
and
just
Cage
need your
stuff.
sister and your mother, and then we'll figure
I
out.
didn't know
what's from
Cage
here.
was up here to cause trouble. Hang on. I didn't know Cage was up here to cause trouble. I don't know why he's doing this. I want
It's
to hear
okay.
what you had to
It's
say
okay.
just now about when I said aliens in the church.
It's all good. No, but the whole thing is that, I would love to find out that, things are different than I think. It's amazing to see. Oh,
There's
here
no
comes the
alien?
antlers. Here comes the antlers. There they are.
Yeah, I just need your sister and your mother, Mike, and we'll figure that out later on.
You talking about my
There's nothing
mother?
to figure out.
Don't
You're on
close the
my
closet.
show. Behave or go away. Nothing to fight
A
about.
beehive? I think we need a bee.
I've got a thing. I never wear it, and I don't think I will with you guys. But it can be worn. It's that helmet up there. Can you see it? I'll try to get
Why
the
won't
light.
you wear it? Wait,
Dude, there, yeah.
Love
Put
it.
on your
This?
goddamn noggin plastic.
And you'd love it. It's under a skull. Hang on, let me show you. You turn the light
Oh
on.
my
You know,
God. Why
Plastic
don't you ever
African
wear it?
apparently fought for some weird, extremist Muslim shit. Fucking put the goddamn hat on, buddy.
Hey, what is with you tonight?
Yeah, what is it? There it is. There
What,
it is.
calling out what's really going on? How dare me?
It's quite cool. It actually does fit. Perfect.
Put on your fucking head then.
No, I'm not going to do
What do you
that.
mean, no?
Because it's just a ball ache to take off the skull.
You can beard your fucking goddamn red beard, but you can't fucking
I don't
put a
want
hat on it.
it really is. And the hair, I've got to put the mask on. I've got to put something underneath. Seriously, I don't do it.
Off
Man.
with your head.
Oh, I want to. You guys were like, yeah, shit, bro, because it's great. It's a big fucking horn thing. But yeah, I know. That's not bad. He wears horns. I've got some horns.
Thank fuck this guy's no longer fighting for ISIS. You know what I
Get
mean?
the fuck, Cage.
Like, it would be way too easy of a target.
Okay, go ahead, Mike. I want to hear what you were saying.
No, it's amazing. I really hope that we can find what's really the infinite universe. It's just like it seems like I would really love.
That's in between your legs, Mike. It's called your vagina.
All right, he's gone.
Okay, I would really love for Trump to disclose the UFO files, the UFO file.
Oh, come on. They're never going to do that. Most of the UFOs are theirs.
What if there's no UFO? What if there's no
It's
files?
theirs.
There has
Dude,
to actually be aliens there.
Come on, man.
But what if Trump really
It must
released it?
not
And
be
it's
very
like
powerful.
it's true. There's other civilizations out there. I mean, Jeff, would you be down with that? Like, just aliens, like hanging out with them and shit, like with the antlers on?
Oh my
Again,
god.
it depends on what they were like.
The aliens,
how cool.
I mean,
I just don't think the probability that that's going to happen
Yeah.
in my lifetime is very high.
I don't, Jeff, I don't necessarily believe in that the aliens are here amongst us. Be it you guys were talking about before, the snake people. I was thinking
The
Nagas, that's right. I was thinking the other ones. I was thinking David Icke, the lizard people.
Well, it turns out they're not. They're not.
David Icke, yeah, it's ridiculous because there's lots of this rabbit hole. You can go down anything you want and try to prove to yourself. If you're so crazy, you'll believe it. There's something that we all have to have a belief, correct? And the best one should be in yourself and your ability and your family and the people that you're around. And that should be trust that you gain. And you gain trust and experience through failures and through, the regrets on that and making it better. Makes you a better man, makes you a better human to each other. And I think that most people in themselves look in that mirror and don't know who the fuck looks back. Yeah. They just always put on an image for somebody else because we are like no man's an island. Most people are fractures of other personalities because they're keeping up with each other all the time in their ways. It is.
That is very wise. And thank you guys for having me. And it's been a great conversation. And and I bid you guys adieu. Blessings.
You as well, TML.
Yeah.
Good to
Salute,
see
man.
you.
Great to talk to you. Great to talk to you, man. Salute.
Yeah, peace, Mike.
Salute.
He's awesome. He's cool.
And there was 4.
That's it. No, and plastic, you're right. It's just like there's so much to unpack, so much to unpack in all these different conversations, and it's great to have people that come up like Jeff and me and you and the gentleman to the right, the psychopath. I'm just joking with you. No, it's great to have people come up and just have conversations, about it,
I mean, again, a lot of it is what we have. This is a medium share. And an enterprise, and Jeff always, thank you, Jeff. You're the the host of this. So yeah,
I keep the room open.
I think it's important to just express each other's opinions. We don't have to agree with each other as long as we express each other. I mean, it's an open forum. We're just saying what we believe.
I wouldn't even know how to agree with what I heard today.
But Jeff, you have to admit,
very creative, very interesting.
But Jeff, you have to admit, there's times where I've said some stuff. You're like, let me think about that. Like you at least you think about it. Like it's stimulating to someone to think about. And I think that a panel should challenge people to think about stuff that they don't normally think about. If that makes sense, guys.
I mean, it does to me. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We were talking about that at the beginning of what do people pretend not to know because knowing would be too inconvenient.
Exactly. Yeah. And I asked again, I would say, is it the personal thing or is it like the worldview political ideal that one wants to say and doesn't want to say at the dinner table, if you will? Because it could ruin things. You have to bite your tongue.
I've had people completely. Yeah, I've had people tell me stuff that I'm like, I don't agree with. And I'm like, let me think about it. Like, in other words, we're all here to educate each other. If that makes sense, guys.
It makes sense on paper. Yes.
On paper.
We're not here to educate people. People again, Mike.
The
drones capacity. Capacity is the big key here.
Yeah. And it's funny because like I come up on your panel, Jeff, like I go on very few channels anymore. Like I go up once in a while now. Like I'm really reserved now. But I just wanted to come up and say what's up, man. Because I miss you, man. I miss you, Jeff. I miss you, brother.
Well, how are you doing? Catch us up.
I'm good, dude. I'm great, man. I'm doing fantastic, And I have I've had knee surgeries. So I have to, stretch my knees out and do running and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm great, man. My physical fitness is fantastic, man. Fantastic. But I lost a lot of weight, dude. I'm down to like 190. I used to weigh like 240. Yeah, so I'm down. But I mean, I'm tall. I'm your height. I'm 6'3".
Yeah,
so
I think we're the same height.
What are you, about 190, 200?
I'm a little bit less, but I'm also an ectomorph. I don't have the same build.
Same size. We're the same size.
Hang on. How much is that in kilograms?
We don't know. We let y'all calculate all that. We're American.
Yeah.
Like how go on. Come on, in kilograms. How many pounds?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Let's see, 190.
How many pounds you weigh? What did you say? 200. What?
I'm about 195, 6'3", 195.
86.18. Does that sound?
I'm 62.7.
Is it 80? Really?
86.
Yeah, 86. 86 kilograms.
Yeah.
And how tall are you?
6'3".
Wow, you're a bit under actually for the BMI. Yeah, you need to pick up a little bit more weight.
Yeah, I'm skinny. I lost weight, bro. I lost weight, bro. I was 230.
Yeah, but that was all drink, wasn't it?
No, it was just eating bread and pastas and.
Jeez, man.
From the hospital?
Like I haven't had alcohol. I haven't had alcohol in like 6 months.
Free. Good.
Yeah. Zero. Yeah. You slim down quickly. You slim right down. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's been like there was like pictures of me like taking a shot. Like, okay, that was like 2 years ago. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Well,
but people always put you down. Always put you down. What time is it? 4:33. Dinner soon. What you got? How long you going for, Jeff?
I don't know until it kind of winds down.
I might drop and come back. I'm just gonna put I got some chicken.
Family. Yeah, definitely go do family.
Yeah. I'm gonna put some chicken in. But I'll be back, bro. I'll be back. African salute, man. I'll be back.
Take care. It's good to see you. Okay. Yeah, African, you there? Twilight, you there? It sounded like Twilight was making a connection for a while.
With Jeff.
With Mike. No, not with Jeff.
I'm
I'm
cleaning
still
up.
trying. I'm way behind
Oh my
on
God.
all of it.
I just went out for a pee. It might
Remedial
just.
course. Do what? Oh, hey, Laura. What you say, Africa?
I just asked. He just left. I wasn't in the room. Damn.
Yeah, he's going put in chicken.
He's gone to actually protect the Judaic, the Holy Land. Don't get it wrong. What he's doing, flying out. Yeah, no, it's cool. So things that people hide or don't want to say. Oh, jeez, that's hard. I mean, I'm not like that, Jeff. I like to tell
Oh,
people.
about not knowing things, not wanting
Yeah,
to
but
know things.
not knowing things for me, it's like I live with what I have to know. I chose to ask the questions or look at the evidence or whatever you want, and my reality to what I see is what I know. I'm not there going, oh yeah, I'm part of a club that knows this together because that's my identity. Hence, some religions, cults, whatever you want to call it, right? And fucking hell, I was in one of the good ones because I'm military, so the same thing. Principles to that, It's not a bad thing, man. Being loyal.
The human race learns to read the language of symbolism. A great veil will fall from the eyes of man.
Well, yeah, but what they look at? Yeah, it's true. I mean, I give you that. Yeah, that's unbelievably true. It goes back very old days. You're right. Older things than we even know why they're there, what they stand for.
I mean, part of the language of symbolism is how open-ended it is.
Crazy old, man. I mean, it's also
how open to interpretation. So I don't know what. There's not going to be an ultimate language.
Well, it's like an obelisk to
Key
an
to the
eagle,
language.
to an owl, to certain things that you put together. There's always that. It's a mathematical approach. Hence why, the Knight Templar said,
Good thing we have robots for all that right now.
robots aren't going to fulfill everything.
I'll leave the math to the machines.
Robots will not fulfill everything, Jeff.
No, they definitely don't. They definitely don't
fulfill all of it. Actually, if things go wrong, especially
I'm a very strong team human.
Well, how would you be persist in terms of free energy in that ideal world that we can create, not just nuclear or the tachymac, something that is really free that we a tachymac is like a sort of sun that we created. It's under an immense magnetic field, and then it holds something that's hotter than the sun. It's fission or fusion, a tachymac, something in that.
Yeah,
it's real.
How do you spell it?
I'll look it up. It's there. They held it in is it South Korea? 110 seconds. Just look that up. South Korea. I think it was good. South Korea. 110 seconds.
Tokamak.
Tokamak, yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
China's artificial sun.
Well, it's not China.
New man-made sun is 10,000 times more intense than sun.
No, it started in Britain. It started in Britain and went to France.
China.
Yeah,
China has it.
Well, it's how you can sort of create something and then feed it, and then keep it going, and then transfer that energy out. Because energy is produced and it has to be out first. And that's the thing. That's the key. It has to be able to be stored and not go back. If you're having anything going back, then that's a big problem. Yeah, so we have to shoot it out. Energy is incredible. It's electricity. I'm with some ideal that once upon a time there was these, what do they call it again? Tartaria. It's the conspiracy of Tartaria. You heard that?
Tartaria?
Yeah, Tartaria. Yeah.
Look it up. It says that there's about 33 countries currently collaborating to build the world's largest tokamak.
Tokamak, yeah, exactly. It's how after that we can push the energy out of the grid.
It's
And what they
currently
can,
under construction in southern France.
yeah,
And
we
it's
go.
set to become the world's largest magnetic confinement plasma physics experiment.
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
this other thing called? Topa rock?
I'll check it out. Hang on.
A
I'll find it.
conspiracy you just named Toparore.
What?
You said that there's a conspiracy. Topia, Toparore. You just said it. Oh, come on! Don't do this to me. This is my curiosity. This is me not wanting to know things. I'll just rewind the stream. Hang on.
Are you gonna check that out?
No, you just told me to look up something. You said, "Have you ever heard of topiary or some conspiracy world?"
Damn,
And I
forgot.
said, "No." You don't remember what it was?
Nope. It was that quick.
Hang on, I got to find it then. It says that there's about 33 countries currently collaborating. Tataria. It says that there's about 30.
Yeah, shit.
All right,
Sorry.
now-
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you straight up, man. You like recording on the recording. Nice.
Tatarian Empire.
Yeah, that's the one.
Pseudo-historical conspiracy theories, I think. I found it.
Yeah, exactly. Another
Including
one. Yeah.
ideas of a hidden past and mud
Yeah.
floods. So between the aliens and Tataria, we have some pretty wild hypotheses for human origin.
So that picture that I've changed.
No,
yeah?
it's a real thing. Tataria.
Yeah, Tataria. You see that picture? Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah. But
Tataria?
what I'm looking at, this is a valley that was flooded by
What are
mud.
you holding? Oh, that's your leg.
Camera as well. There's a camera.
Ah.
Yeah. But that was a valley. I'm on a cliff, bro. That is mad far down. But most of that is
Like
a mud.
Valley of the Dinosaurs, the Ganges.
Yeah. Most of that, if you don't even see the eroded parts, there are caves in there all over, dotted. All over in that. And then there's stuff underneath that. They reckon at least 70 meters. That mud thing came in. Everything was just swallowed.
Wow. Wait, swallowed?
Yeah, because the mud just came in. It's under. And most of the time, because it's sandstone, if they sort of excavate, the problem is that it just disintegrates because it's sandstone. So you can't do it. They know it's there, but they haven't found a active sort of chemical that when they add it as they carve away the rock there, that's become rock, sandstone, or sedimentary river muck. It will keep the ancient carving of what was underneath.
His avatar. We're talking about his avatar, his picture here. And he said this valley got flooded. But Tataria is something different. I thought that might be Tataria. Yes, you stop that. You see the valley. He's on the edge of a cliff looking down into a valley. See, that's his foot, his leg. He's sitting down at the edge. And then beyond the edge is the valley. So this is lower. Look at the pic. Are you on the right part of the stream? Are you live?
Oh, they can't see it.
it.
Dude. They can't see it. No, it doesn't work, dude. It hasn't refreshed.
Oh,
I've got to get out and come back in, I think, or
because
something.
it's showing on my end.
It's not showing on my end.
It's not showing.
No, I
How
don't
do you
think so. I'll
refresh?
refresh. I don't think it will work. Yeah.
What are
it's the
you
same.
seeing, Shift, on the avatar?
He's seeing my.
It's him in a red shirt. Here, we had another pair of eyes. Welcome.
What's up,
Welcome
man?
back, I should say.
Thank you.
How was the trip?
It was okay. It had a
Oh,
little pterodactyl dude wants to say hi. We had a bunch of good and a bunch of bad. So life and luxury.
are you glad you went?
I'm glad that I had the opportunity to go. Yeah, I'm just disappointed in society and
Oh, in
services and
society.
stuff like that. Yeah, but I'm thankful for family. So luckily, I can take family with me where I go into society, and I still have someone I can talk to.
Yeah. This happened on your trip?
Yeah.
We're,
I mean, go ahead.
go ahead.
The rundown is basically we get to the cabin, we turn the water on, floods out the kitchen. So we got to shut the water off, use towels to suck up all the water in the kitchen so it doesn't go into the carpeted areas and everything. We pull out all the washer, dryer, fridge, open up all the walls there, realize that there is a separation in the shower piping. So we fix that. We turn the water back on, floods the whole kitchen out again. We go through the whole process of drying it out. We open another section of the wall and there's a blown out, just a shattered pipe, which is extremely frustrating because we had all the lines drained for the winter. So we fixed that and then it worked. So we're good to go. And we had to let everything air out. We had to let all the floors air out and we had to run AC so that it could suck the moisture out of the ground. You know, got that problem solved, fix whatever. We go to Assateague Island. We go to check it out, have a good time. And then we come back and the next day we're going to go mini golfing, right? Because that's fun. But
Yeah.
the back right tire, the motorhome is flat. So we call AAA, which we've been a member of for 17 years. They're like, sorry, we don't cover RVs with your plan. So we're like, okay, thank you. So we called the insurance company who does cover RVs. And they said, cool, we'll send somebody out. They sent somebody out. They said, we don't deal with RVs. AAA calls us and says, how did you get a prompt through? We don't cover that. So basically, insurance called AAA and sent them out. And then they didn't cover it and said it was our fault because we don't have a plan. And I'm like, it's the insurance company, right? That called you out. It's their plan. So it took me all day to find a service company that would come out and deal with the problem. And by the end of the day, I finally got some old guys to come out and deal with it. It was just a lot of stress and a lot of disappointment in products and services that you think that you're paying for and have you covered, and then no one knows how to do their job.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm not trying to complain or bring energy down. It's just I'm just tired of being disappointed.
Yeah, no, that sounds like normal society to me, what you described. That's pretty much my basic expectation level.
Yeah. And then, well, I mean, I don't want to derail you guys when you're talking about.
Well, we're just trying to figure out if you can see his avatar. Can you see him with the red shirt?
Yeah.
Okay, shift. The image should be up. I thought shift might be
because
fucking
you
with
guys are talking to me and it isn't up. It doesn't come up, and it's I don't know why. I've changed them all. It's cool
because I see
like
it on my end and RW
I know,
sees
I
it.
know. It's cool. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
But you're saying you can't see it on your end when
Yeah.
you watch it on
Are you on a Mac?
No, it's
don't
not
get
the
it.
Mac thing. I think it's just a safety mechanism that's going on here. That's fine. It's all good.
because it's showing on mine.
Yeah, it's all good. Check me out there. I'm a young kid there.
Wow.
You
You look
changed it.
you look a lot younger than that rock you're sitting next to.
It's not a rock. It's a lion.
Is this you?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen this one. Look at that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a cutie. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. I really, yeah, back in my years, my 20s and 30s. Woo, dude, the chicks were loving me.
I'm sure you stayed out of trouble.
Holy shit, it was difficult, but yes, God was always on my side, huh?
Good on
Woo.
you.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It was good times and bad times, but I got away from them. God, we lost a
Speaking
lot of good men. Seriously.
of God,
Speaking
I,
as
tr-
well.
I tried to host a debate last night and was undermined. It was humanism versus Christian morality. And I brought in an atheist friend of mine, and the guy that owned the server brought in his Christian debater. And the Christian, the one that was meant to uphold Christian morality was the biggest a-hole I've ever met on Discord, who was bully and used manipulation tactics and cried like a baby when someone spoke over him while he was speaking over other people the whole time. So I literally walked away from the event and was just absolutely disgusted by society again. And then people were telling me that I was biased and I had an ego problem because I was pushing back on the bully. And I couldn't believe it.
Hang on, so the bully guy was actually hated by the crowd. You were going against the bully guy, talking to him, and they didn't like you doing that.
That's right.
Like,
they wanted that bully. They liked
it sounds like
that guy.
this sounds like a liberal fucking nightmare. You know why religion or Christ or God exists in the world? Mainly is because of standards, and we have to do things. We can't just sit on our asses. Yeah, correct.
What I don't understand,
truly, dude, no matter what it is, if you're going to do that, then the mechanism of life today, like it was in the ancient or older, we're unbelievably, let's say it's soft. Yeah,
but
compared
if
to our
you're defending your beliefs and you're championing your morality, shouldn't you be showing an example of that morality?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look,
Plenty of people don't, though.
well, no,
The cognitive dissonance is unbelievable.
Yeah, but the morality is, again, how can you govern what morality is? Like you say, oh, I'm a humanitarian. Yeah. So these things stick here. They change later because of debate or other mechanisms that a governing party agree with.
For a humanist, right? Yes. For humanism, yes.
Again, but the humanist over other people, it doesn't exist because of religion. Religion will always be granted be greater than your humanitarian ideas or humanist ideas. I mean, I would love to see
they would never change. If they're literally based on a text that is never changing, then they should never change. So I can understand democracy and humanism, and I can understand the viewpoint. I'm just extremely disappointed in the one that was meant to be championing my worldview and how
the Christian guy.
How did the atheist do?
The Christian guy or the atheist?
He did. I mean, I considered him the better of the two, even though he tried to speak back over the other guy and match energy. He didn't even have the real opportunity to talk. He didn't. He got steamrolled.
Did you leave like in the middle of it? You just walked out?
Or the owner of the server came in and took over and didn't let me mod because I would have thrown the one guy off the stage and brought someone else up. But he wanted that.
Nice.
And so I told him, I was like, I'm done, dude. If this is what you want. And I just left the server. I walked away.
Oh.
So he wanted more of the drama and the conflict.
So he wanted drama, yeah.
Absolutely. And I said, I came to create a conversation. Yes, I came to create an intellectual.
I'm telling you, they don't want that.
No, they don't. No,
they don't.
You guys are right. 100%. It's hard to do this because most people won't bow down to anything, and most people don't give a damn about that. They won't sit there in the room and go, "Hey, let's have a chat." Right?
Because you have to be genuine. You can't just use talking points from a script. You have to listen to what they said and respond to what they said. You can't just talk over it with another talking point.
And again, either you create, the room as a point of what we're learning the subject of, or you make it a debate of the subject that we learn from each other, right? Different viewpoints.
But even that, if you don't have the
PhD,
you're not even gonna be able to do that.
Seminars and that.
He lagged out. I couldn't hear that. Maybe I'm lagged out. I don't know. You guys,
Do
can
what?
you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Mhm. What did you say?
Are you a? Would you consider that your moral foundation based on humanism? Is it a humanist foundation?
I want to know. I want to know what your version of each one is because I don't necessarily see them in conflict. So when you said verses, my
Who
first
are
thought
you
was,
asking?
what is exactly the opposition? Because
Who
mine
are
is
you asking, Jeff or myself?
Both of you guys.
No,
The definition of humanism that I'm going with is a system of thought that focuses on humans and their values, capacities, and worth. That's come up, like democratically through humanity instead of using divinity and the divine scripture and code as their foundation for their morality. It's not because God said so. It's because this is what makes sense because this is through a process. This is what we've come to believe.
Okay, so through my interpretation of the works and the New Testament is that I'm already living that, and nobody tells me now to change that. Yeah, because I have to carry my cross. I have to be accountable to my works. I can't, go around being an ass, right?
Right.
Let alone-
Right.
From that
correct.
viewpoint, that's Christian
But
morality
that's-
because you're basing it.
No, but don't get me wrong. I can still challenge what the world is to me. How to do that. I'm not there to convert people.
No, that's not the point. The point is your foundation for your morality. If your foundation is Christ and the
but
scriptures, that's your basis of your
No, I'm
morality.
not dogmatic here because I don't believe in like the whole thing of you take your Eucharist, you're saved, or you do these ordinances, you're saved, right? Like some groups.
That's church tradition, though. That's not even scripture.
Okay, but still, yeah, my humanitarian in me is love one another. How about that? Feed and be good. It's easy.
That's fine. I'm not saying one is right or wrong. I'm trying to understand if the basis of you guys is humanism or a morality.
I
based
think
off
we
of
have
divinity.
different ones. So I don't
But
know if it's
when
you
you try to break these things down into it, okay, you cannot make a law for morals. Okay, there shouldn't be a governing law for a moral example. It doesn't
How
exist.
does morals work?
How does
Morals
a
only choose
nation
things.
function?
I'm going to be nasty to somebody. I'm going to do this. I'm going to throw my bottle on the ground when it's empty. I'm going to smash that glass. I'm going to, morality can go further into these endeavors, but it's still those things, and we cannot, legitimately create laws to govern them.
At a certain point, though, society has to create laws, or it cannot function. It'd be
No. Only again, the systems exist because either you look and choose that when how can I say it? So you sit there and you go, this is wrong, this is right, and we make a law for it, or we say, if it happens and it's never happened before, then the law comes into this statute of situation. That's how it is, right? And don't get me wrong, you're Americans to us Brits to where I'm in Africa, I'm halfway through. It's not morality.
But morality and law is not the same thing because you can have a common set of laws that we all agree to, but everyone doesn't have the same morality.
some of the so I have a couple questions that I had that I wasn't even able to ask at the debate, and I wanted to ask them here because it's based off of the standing of law and morality. So here's one of the questions. From your moral standard, is capital punishment acceptable as a solution in certain scenarios?
For mine, it is, yeah.
African?
Yes, I do agree with that. Rather than just a life in torture, Yeah.
And this is where I struggle
Like
because
me.
because
Say-
you put people away for heinous crimes. In the end, they just have a life of absolute torture without redemption, right? They've chosen that. They've chosen these things to cross. Now you have to either govern if they have capacity again, right? So it goes through those whole mechanisms. I mean, we've got. I can yeah. Sorry.
So for Christian morality, if you're going to go based off of the New Testament of Scripture, I'm torn because it says, "Thou shalt not kill" is an aspect of the divine law, but love thy neighbor, turn the other cheek, all these things. But when it comes to a society, that means that we would have to lock them up forever and would never kill them. And in my opinion, I guess I'm not on that level because there are certain scenarios where,
I mean, it's also interpretation of, slap my other cheek meant actually turn it. Turn the cheek meant the left and to the right arm wouldn't come across.
So they can slap the other side.
Yeah. Those values of interpretation come to these things. Yeah, you're right. Most people, the good thing to do always when something is bad or dangerous or they're slacking is know and get on with the job. Like there's everything in the world that we choose. And again, having the hierarchy to govern down to you're bad, you're good. It's like the communist thing. Show me the man, I'll show you the crime. And we shouldn't have that in morality, as in humanitarianism, rather than global understanding of why the Western Foundation and through the Christ, through that mechanism, has governed America and all of it, because it's all violent. It will always be all violent. It's when we take hold of our own violence and carry thy own cross, it doesn't become better, because you understand that we're all gonna die. And now, if you want to live like this and say, okay, well, I want to live at the height of the height, that's up to you. That's choice. That's free will. That is given by God anyway. You can't debate those things.
The complication in society is that people have different moralities, and with those different moralities, they would find one thing offensive and another thing not. So in a democracy, if enough of those people have the moral standing that something's okay, then legislation will be created that makes it lawful.
Oh, so, no, yeah. I mean, yeah, you can sway emotion like you wouldn't believe. You can create, 9/11, bro. Look what 9/11 did in America. Well, I'm sorry. That was an emotional scar that changed, so much. I think we're still seeing the repercussions.
Well, before we get off on that, is something like what he described with capital punishment based on Christian worldview or humanistic? Because I could see both. Because I believe in it because at times it can be the thing that makes the most sense to do. But I can also see people supporting it from a Christian in the sanctity of life position.
Yeah, I mean, so, the only way you choose that as a Christian, point being, is like, what do you come on? What do you choose?
But that's what I'm saying. There's overlap because depending on whatever your worldview is, I think it's a lot of what we call morality is going to come from both sources, or going to be found in both sources, humanism and Christianity.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to do something to the side. You said that you could. Can you repeat your point? Sorry.
That's something like capital punishment. I can see like coming from a morality based on either worldview, Christianity or secularism.
I would think. So if someone,
so I'm just saying there's overlap between those two. They're not like complete contraries. Like
I'm not trying to say they are. I'm not trying to say that there's this schism and one is over here and the others are there. I can understand the human mind understanding from both sides. The sanctity of life, the value of life. I would hope that in most scenarios, people could see that someone should be separated from society, because if they're damaging society, if they're destroying society, and that's what they do, then I think it's just to separate them from society. And at a certain point of what they do that destroys society, it makes sense that it's the matter of judgment at that point. Do you take their life away, or do they just live forever in a hole? because you're not supposed to judge them to the point of taking their life.
Well, as a soldier, I had to choose those things. And mine was over the survival and also my orders and what I have, my oath to the country and to, the Queen at the time. But nevertheless, like, my job was my job, and that happened. And it, I can't take that away. I did not murder in virtue. So when it comes to like somebody doing something bad, imagine a child gets hurt by somebody. And that's the point where I've understood these things. As an adult, if you choose to go beyond these remits, without, there's always reason, there's always rationale. That's why we are of our peers, why we get judged by this, why we have lawyers and, given, the persecution from the state, whatever it is, to you defending yourself under, that. Bang. That's reasonable. That's not difficult. But if it goes to those things that are heinous, you've chosen it. If it's 100%, they know 95% has happened, give them a few years to, sit there, have a few times to go, check me out. It does happen, but it happens less and less now because of our technology. People have phones. People have CCTV everywhere. There, everything that dictates our life, our money, everything. They got us down to a T, bro. That's the point.
I think
they do, Jeff.
Like life would be more easy if they did.
If someone's locked away in a hole forever because they've created such a heinous act that society has said we don't want them back.
It's disgusting. I don't like that as well. No,
what I'm saying, let me finish. If that person had the right to say, kill me, then okay. But I think that if my moral standing is Christian morality, then I shouldn't be saying to kill him.
So society then should take that and then give him his dues over money that could help other children, other people that are less fortunate than that man, that they have to guard him, give him dental care, give him all those other things. Or do they let him rot in, like you said, a hole? They let him rot there for a bit and you throw a bit of porridge down and you piss on him. If you like to live, eat some rats. You throw a couple of rats at him or cats. You make it interesting.
I'm sure that's not how they're living.
I know that, but
at least not in the United States.
Really, I don't know what they're doing. I know you guys lock up more people than anywhere in the world. Literally, that's a factory. You guys got factories, bro.
Right, Louisiana alone is the largest prison system in the world.
Really?
Nice.
Damn. How many people go through there? Millions.
Talk about cultural pride.
They have entire towns whose economy is built around the private prison systems.
There's a couple of those in Australia too. Here's another question. I'm curious to see what you guys think. Should an adult chimpanzee have more legal protections than a baby human, with the challenge that an adult chimpanzee certainly can feel more, think more clearly, and understand what is done to it compared to the baby human?
Where are you getting these questions from?
I actually found this one on the internet because it had to do with when you are debating between secular and Christian morality. It seems like this is a question that people find not so simple.
Well, repeat the question. I'll break it down. Repeat it again.
Should an adult chimpanzee have more legal protections than a baby human, with the challenge that an adult chimpanzee can certainly feel more, think more clearly, and understand what is done to it compared to the baby human?
No, of course not. No. Because the value of what the chimpanzee does to the value of what that child will do is greater. So no,
it's possible that it's greater.
No. Oh my God, it's possible it will. Okay, so how many more do we have to make? That is such.
What kind of rights are they even talking about? More of. We don't give rights to chimpanzees currently.
Yeah, but he's saying hypothetically of it because of the notion of the question, which makes it like, ooh, and some people will probably go, yeah, you know what, yeah, because they feel that what? Because they
I mean, as
stoop.
far as I know, that's currently how it already is. The humans get the
My
rights.
God.
The chimpanzees don't. And it has nothing to do with their age. It's just we don't bother making a bunch of laws for animals. It's a human thing that humans share among themselves. So the baby, by virtue of being human, is going to come into all of that
Mm-hmm.
at birth. A chimpanzee is not. We just don't. Maybe there's some cultures that have elaborate laws for their animals, but Western modern human culture
Jeff,
just doesn't
people
do that.
don't live around chimpanzees. It doesn't
The
happen.
chimpanzee doesn't need any kind of rights at all.
Does it have the right to live?
Well, technically, no. Neither do you. Really,
I don't think rights
the
is a
right to
category
life
that
is
even
the
applies
right
to
to
it.
life is not governed by somebody else that protects you from that. Death, death is coming. Death is coming for everyone. The right of life isn't what because of what you can't. When you're correct when it's like, okay, so I've hated this for a long time. All right. And it was really difficult to actually understand how many women I know that have given, they've not given birth and aborted, if you will, and so how that made me feel, and it makes me feel, even though it's not you're right, a woman's choice is a woman's choice, but it's just what happened. And I've seen it, what happens to that woman that is going that way and this way in life. And that's a choice again, right? So when you say something about a monkey giving a damn about a human baby, it's like, what? We don't live
Not a
around.
monkey. That's not the question.
Primate.
That's not about the monkey's thoughts towards the baby. It's about what rights we should give other living things. So, in my opinion, if animals, if we could just go out and destroy everything,
okay. If you're gonna go down that route, then, man, honestly, then none or everything, and then you choose what you want to buy, and then you try to sell that to the world, and it won't work because commerce won't let you. You can't take these things. You're just a marketplace then. That's
I'm having trouble following you, buddy.
Okay, because you think, follow me. So you want to save animals over children, or that's the argument?
No,
it's about.
It's just a question.
Right.
That
I think a better question would be: it's rights we're giving ourselves as other humans. It's more like, should we be allowed to kill the monkey, or should we allow other humans to kill the monkey? Not about us giving rights.
Do you believe in human rights? Do you guys believe in human rights?
Well, what do you mean by human rights?
No. Do you believe in the human rights they give us today?
What do you mean when you say human rights? I need to know what you mean first before I co-sign on to something that I don't even know what it is.
Well, I don't think it's an act of water. Or what is human right? Yeah, that's the one.
Well, because in the French Revolution, they made human rights, and it was in opposition to God-given rights. So there's different viewpoints of human rights, and I believe in God-given rights.
The internet says it's human. They're universally recognized moral principles or norms that establish standards of human behavior and are often protected by both national and international laws. So
With
I guess
the foundation of humanism.
Assume norms that are shared between all humans.
I enjoy America's
inherent and inalienable
life, liberty,
by virtue of being. But same with the monkeys. That's just stuff we give ourselves. We could decide at any second that we don't want each other to have this anymore.
The is anthropomorphized, is that right? The word? Everything to us because of our intelligence. Your intelligence, RW. Over things. So you want to give something credence to the world to make you feel great about it.
No, I think that I have a responsibility to take care of this world. I think that I have a responsibility to protect it and let it flourish.
RW, listen to me here. I reckon if the electricity went out and the water started running black and you didn't have any food that you could go to the, microwave for whatever you eat. Okay, if that stuff started, lowering, even worse, people would forget all these virtues, all these, let's give laws, let's make this
Right.
happen.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Right?
But while we're civil,
That's humanity, right?
while we're
So-
civil,
yeah.
let's be civil.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, exactly. And that's stability in life, right? That what we live today, trade, commerce, and all that
Yes.
globally.
While we're living in the current stable society
Yeah.
that we have, let's have
And-
a certain standard.
Exactly. And our argument should be that on the world stage, right? And so where
I
do you stand there? Where do you stand on that world stage? China, India, Russia? What would you also say? Britain, Europe, and America?
Doesn't matter what
What
the
are you
stage is
talking
because
about? I'm lost, Africa.
Well,
it doesn't
I'm
matter where in the
talking
world
about
because it's Christian. I have a Christian morality. No matter where I am or what society or what economy, I have the same foundation and worldview of how I'm going to treat other people and how I'm going to treat the animals and the plants there. I have a morality that's based off of scripture. That's my angle. That's how I view it.
But I'm not trying to hurt the apes either, and mine's not based off of scripture. But I wouldn't try to hurt a chimpanzee either, and I would try to keep it from coming to harm. So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the
chimpanzee community
morality
appreciates that.
Hey,
is either
RW,
overlapped or it originally developed from Christianity.
but RW, I wasn't trying to take the P here, in
One
any
second,
way.
buddy. I have to ask my wife a question. I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Jeff,
Take
I'm
the
sorry.
what out?
Yo, you little horns, dude. What are you eating today?
Huh?
What?
Are you talking to someone?
No. I was talking to you. What are you eating today?
Oh, what?
What are you eating today?
Oh, peanut nuts,
Nuts.
nut mix. Yeah.
Nut mix. All right, dude. Go check this out.
Yes. Love nuts. Especially a mix. Oh, what do you got? What is that? Kimchi. Kimchi. Mmm.
I love kimchi, bro. I swear to God, I eat one of these.
You just eat it plain?
Sometimes I do, yeah. I love it, bro. I love it, bro. No, it's crazy. That's what I say to people. I've got an addiction. What is it? Kimchi. I just like it too much. It's like, what? What are you talking? I really do. I buy these. These are the perfect things. I found them, bro.
How many do you eat?
Ooh, dude, I've got a box.
How many a day?
Oh, not a day. Maybe 5, 6 a month.
Oh, okay. I thought you were eating them every day. Like you had a
No,
case.
it's no. You got to be careful, man. Everything is in moderation. Kimchi, it's good.
Everything.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
exactly. Well,
I'm ready for you, African. Do you remember your question?
No, I don't think so. Hang on. Let me put my kimchi away and find that question in the box.
Good luck. I really only had one more question that I asked you guys. The other ones are they're good for starting conversation, but yeah, I'm glad to actually be able to ask these questions and use these things and talk to people because the planned event didn't allow for it.
Was that the same server you did that other event in that you said went okay?
I don't remember.
I think it was about. Let me think. Was it space?
Oh yeah, I did have
We'll
one
do
there.
race.
A couple people showed up. It was the Artemis 2 stuff. It was all right, but it's just that I'm trying to bring an intellectual conversation into a pit of vipers, like the Star Wars cantina. Like it's just not worth it.
They don't want that, especially if the owner himself is the one that was working
Right.
against you.
Right.
Well,
I mean, I know that just from being part of the panelverse that they do not want that.
Yeah.
It kills the drama.
The next
All the
event's
nerdy
just gonna be
stuff
fun. It's
kills
going to
the
be with
drama.
a a different server that's more laid back, and I created a whole bunch of trivia type questions and challenges. And
Well, I hope I'm going to be invited to that.
Oh, yeah, you have a
I can
music
get to
trivia coming up.
yeah, that's Thursday. I'll give you the information, African, because you're on Jeff's server.
Yeah, cool. Hey, I'm always here for you boys. Now, honestly, I always give you credence. Always, please help me. You know, hey, I'm the poor African. Please give me more information.
I'm not worried about you, Plastic African, at all.
Of course you're not, man. I know. I'm fun. I'm a groovy sort of dude.
As a
Yes,
groovy
you are.
sort of dude,
Yeah.
are you ready for a heavy question as a groovy sort of dude?
Okay, nuts. Go on.
All right, here's the last question I have. Do homosexuals have a different net benefit to society than heterosexuals?
No.
That's the question.
That's the question.
Net deficit. Net deficit.
No, net benefit.
Benefit.
Well, what is the benefit that heterosexuals have in society that are not the ones that are not
yes,
not having kids?
They do. The pink pound is real. It means the pink pound. There was a term in
It's a straight
Britain,
thing.
the pink pound. It was actually a real
Pink
term.
pound.
Pink
Like a
pound.
baby?
Yeah, the gay
Pink
money.
pound. Like
Yeah,
the gay
pink
dollar.
pound. Yeah, anything you can actually make in revenue. It's true. Anything you can revenue, anything. Think about it. You can make a revenue for it. Remember, the best thing is how to.
We're an economy. There's an economic benefit.
You sell it to people.
Use that to your advantage, Jeff.
A brand.
You want this. You know you need this. You know.
But what is the benefit that straight people bring to society?
Oh, everything. Like society of
roll them all, read them all.
No, but the big pound is money because it's really it becomes something money. It's weird. I know a few again like gays in my time I met, and actually fundamentally pretty damn successful people. You know, honestly, just unbelievable. But they're known, and I don't judge them for their lifestyles or who they are. I can't. As a Christian, I'm not. You know, no.
That's weird.
It's you that wants
what is the benefit that straight people bring to society? Because what was the question? Do gay people bring?
Do they have a different net benefit? Do they have a different net value to society?
So first, I need to decide the benefit that straight people bring.
The net benefit is actually their. Well, come on, it's fashion, right?
more than gays, you think?
Yes, yes, by far. That's why
women have to fight you on that. You obviously don't watch Project Runway.
I would say also. I mean, I'm not gay, all right. But I understand as the aggressive. I've seen this. I understand this because I know this in my head. Like you said before, the terms of what I don't want to say is I've understood this because I've had to be privy to everything to understand to protect people. You understand dark doors that people do, and you got to get them out and go, "Oh my God, what did you do?" Yeah. So
I don't know, man.
I know. It's like
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are let me give you the one thing. I've thought about this question for quite a few days now, and I really can only see that the only difference in the net benefit that heterosexuals have is the creation of more people.
Which gay people can make children. There's nothing stopping us.
Oh no, you
but
can't.
Heterosexual people provide children either. So they're not having any more benefit than the gay people are. And the gay people that are providing children, are they suddenly having the same benefit now that heterosexuals are giving? It seems more like a
children?
Child versus no child issue.
How are they providing children though?
They're having women give their uterus and men give their sperm and their eggs. That's what's happening. That's biologically has been happening now for 30 years, 40 years. Give or take.
I think your argument that people that aren't having children are in the same exact category. It's the people that are willing to have kids are a net benefit to society that
You
other
make it
groups
sound
of
like it's a
people don't
chore,
have.
though. They're making a big sacrifice to have kids. To me, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I do
You have
admire
kids,
everyone
RW. You
that's
have
doing
kids,
it.
don't you, RW? You got kids.
Yeah.
Good man. Good man.
I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody. I'm saying
No,
there is
no,
a
no, no.
cost.
It's cool, man. It didn't. To me, I was involved in too many. I think radioactive circumstances because the bullet I was around. You know, we had some
So
of
no
those
kids for you.
tips, bro. You know, the plutonium tips. Ooh, I'm lucky I got away with that.
I was
On the
just
good
I really wanted to ask this question in the large debate circle because I think that's literally all it can come down to, because any individual can perform any task and be beneficial to society. It has nothing to do with their orientation. This is just
Yeah,
one
that's the
thing,
only
one thing that they can.
edge that straight people have is they make kids a lot easier.
Okay, so the whole point of this goes to the fact that we, as any biological creature, wants to do is procreate. But we,
don't.
as humans, we create those things, which is an orgasm, and we put it into a faction. It becomes that, which is what endorphin and serotonin, correct? And those things become those factions. It is eating, exercise, you know, sex.
If there's absolutely no passion or
No,
emotion to
you're
life,
putting
yes.
words together,
No, no, no,
and
no,
they
but-
sound like they have sense in them, but I have no idea what you're saying.
What?
He's talking about
Really?
the main fact, the main
Why
mechanism.
why we become algorithm. We wake up.
I don't
we
think
eat,
I
we
don't
drink.
think I think humans are the free will of humanity makes us not a machine. If we were just machines, I would agree with you.
No, we are not a machine. Of course not. I agree, but people don't understand what it is to be free. They don't understand what it is agency that you have. They sign their lives away already without knowing, and they don't. You know, they don't do. They don't know.
It's not without knowing. They're supposed to be knowing.
Actually,
what
it's
they
just
say when
like
you sign something.
it's like the youth is spent on. You know, the young is wasted on the youth. They're right. The youth is wasted on the young. That's the term.
Young people are definitely the ones that are being deceived into many choices in life by whoever wants to deceive them, or they're choosing to do things in life without truly understanding the depth of it. It's more a matter of when you get older, when you understand if something is good or bad or right or wrong, and then you choose to do it. That's a different story.
Yeah, sure. And most of the
What are
kids
they
growing
choosing
up
to
today don't understand that because life is monetary to them. They don't have the virtue of growing up in the same family, household, and lifestyle. It's a fractured society. Yeah.
What are they choosing to do?
Yeah, they're better. What is this? A state?
Anything, Jeff. Anything at all.
Oh, sorry.
Anything. Whatever we do in life, no matter what it is, has a pro and a con or a
Sit home and
consequence.
play video games, play on their phone.
Yeah, those things all have a cost. They all give something and they all take something away. So if you're going to sit at home and play on your phone, you're going to miss out on opportunities of a greater world experience and more knowledge and education in different directions. There's exercise, there's sunshine. Like there's a whole conversation we could have on almost any choice anyone can do.
That sounds different than
I love that. ARW, you know, speak to the soul you do. Nice. Oh, it does. It weighs true in my spirit that you said that. It grants me hope in life. That no, it's true that even you, Jeff, share the knowledge. Get out there.
Share the knowledge.
Yeah,
That's what we start. That was the top of the show. That's
knowledge.
what the show started with. Is people that don't want to know things. They resist knowledge because of the inconvenience that knowledge can bring. So sometimes it's easier to shut out or fight knowledge and keep your life going smoothly.
I think it's
or at
because
least the
people,
same.
well,
So
people
you
are trying
can't
to.
force knowledge. Knowledge is something a lot of people resist. That you can't just bring the knowledge and force the knowledge into people. They have to seek it themselves.
Yes, they do. We have to make mistakes, but we have to know when those mistakes are made, how to make them up and make them better and not be a failure on that. Or let alone go into society thinking I have neurodivergent issues because it's just anxiety because I've got to get over it, because we all have that, and we have
Yeah,
to.
but it's also a real thing, like separate from anxiety.
I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about like
Some of us don't even have anxiety.
kids drugs and this they've been doing it for years now.
Have you talked about the concept of a mentor, and if someone values a mentor, that they actually have the ability to gain knowledge better? Because if we respect somebody, we usually tend to listen or care more about their knowledge.
Do you think that young people are getting those mentors?
No, I don't even think my generation really had many.
Because
I don't think they were abundant.
I think I was fortunate, but that's one place that I was very rich in, as mentors.
Yeah, I had some fucking mentors in my time. Them bastards.
I've had a couple men.
Dude,
mostly family.
Yeah.
Have you tried to pass that on?
Well,
Have you tried to do mentor?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's why I'm drawn to these types of conversations, why I'm drawn to groups, and I'm interested in listening to young adults, because they'll ask questions or they'll say things, and you can give a quick sentence that can absolutely fast track them in the right direction or the right train of thought. And I don't think that their generation has the ability to do that, because they don't have 20 years under their belt to know that.
RW, what I'm worried about as well is the generation that's come from the COVID. I'm very scared about the way that this is going here. I've seen it as well. There's a like almost a dead thing in my country, Britain, and it really is scary because of benefits, as they see what they live on, not what their value of work is. Yeah, to where they sit. And again, there's another one that's a speciality coming out from universities. That means their jobs, in terms of what AI and machine learning is doing, is taking away from that, because of robotics as well. It's like, oh, what you going to do? And they can't.
If I can put that into different words or paraphrase that, there's a certain standard amongst the UK, I would say even in the United States, where the youth isn't interested in laboring because they know that they have benefits they can live on. And at the same time, technology is taking away jobs that people are learning currently in university and college.
Yes, sir.
Jeff, would you agree with that or disagree with that?
What was the first part?
The youth in both of our nations are not as interested in labor.
Oh, I don't know if that's true here. I don't know how many youth are planning to, or just feel comfortable knowing they can just live on the system. The system doesn't provide that much. It's not a glamorous lifestyle choice. So I don't know that youth are just doing whatever they want because they have that to fall back on. That doesn't track with my experience on the ground.
Okay. And the second part is that people that are learning current services and knowledge in college and university are being
obsolete.
Replaced.
Yes,
it's quickly becoming obsolete as they're learning it. So they're like wasting.
I'd have to know more specifics, like what, because I imagine some areas would be affected more than others. But even then, they shouldn't just be learning something that an AI can replace. Part of their learning should be this larger, holistic, like building up of a whole sense of the discipline, so that they're able to manipulate the AI and use it more effectively as a human. Like they need to be able to stay on top of the AI. And it takes more than just mechanical or procedural knowledge, which the AI is good at. And hopefully they're acquiring that as part of their education as well. So if they're not, if they're that easily replaced, I'm a little suspicious of what kind of education they're getting in the first place.
I would think that honestly, the funny part, the ironic part is that the LLMs that they're using to help get them through college, they're learning the ability to use that technology so that they're going to be fluent in it when it's time to have a job. So whatever they were learning, they were trying to use the LLM for to get their credit in college. All that is going to be useless. But the actual ability to use those LLMs is going to be their specialty that they can use wherever they're needed in the workforce.
I hope so, because I have the same specialty. So if that's the new market, that makes me feel a lot better about my own chances. If that's the new skill set, that's going to be in demand, that's not the AI is not going to replace.
I think that
of course a lot of that comes through conversation with the AI and interacting with the AI. So I think there's an art to using the AI to shape what you're trying to do as a human through the dialogue and conversation with the AI.
There's the so you're in particular talking about mostly ChatGPT, correct? Communications with ChatGPT.
Yeah, with anyone, but it
so basically, I think that gives you the ability to know the limits and how to ask it questions to get the closest answer. But ChatGPT and Grok and voice LLMs, I think are good for quick referencing tools. But the AI technologies that I think are going to be much more needed are like Claude and the ones that are being used to create code. So you're halfway there because you can use the LLMs you're currently familiar with to fast track and reference to quickly learn the other stuff so that you can use that technology however it's needed.
Can you make a video to Jeff with me screen to show?
I'll do that later, buddy.
Oh, not used to it.
You're good.
Go ahead.
No, you're good. My son was asking me to make a video for you. I'll give you that later on the Discord.
Oh. Hang on, I lost it.
LLMs, Claude, coding, using as a tool, quickly learning.
Yeah, like the philosophy stuff and the mental health stuff, the stuff that I already have a background in. I'm a lot better when I use the AI for that type of stuff because I know what to ask it. I know how to interpret the answers because I have this whole context built up to interpret them in more than I would be if I was using it to like figure out something like sports.
I think that you would do good.
Human experience that you bring to the AI, whatever you're using it for, the more real world experience you have in that field, you're going to use the AI better than somebody without that kind of experience. So there's still going to be room for specialization with the AI. The different specialists are going to be using it in ways that non-specialists may not know to use it. So I think human expertise is still going to play a role.
I think that the human, literally like the human spirit, the catalyst of an individual wanting to do something, their willpower is something a machine will never have. So a human being will always have relevance. And like, I think you'd be great in mental health, helping people with that. I'm assuming that the problem you'll run into isn't your ability to know how to deal with the situation. It'll be more political, and that you're not allowed to approach it in the way that you think it needs to be approached to solve the problem. I'm concerned with the politics of how we're allowed to help people without getting in trouble.
That's true for some of them. Thankfully, it doesn't apply to me as much because I'm more independent. So I don't work for an agency. I'm not regulated by their rules.
Mm-hmm.
But that can be an issue in the mental health field. I've talked about it for years on this channel. There's a whole organization called Critical Therapy Antidote that I was part of for a while that was specifically set up for professionals in the field that were encountering this kind of regulation, mostly from the political left, on how they can provide their services. What do you have to say about all this, Missy?
Hello, humans.
Oh. What? I'm still Team Human.
I'd like to introduce a new character. May I?
Yeah. I don't know how to answer that. Like, no, you may not. We don't do that here.
Hard pass.
No.
We don't have characters here.
Please.
No, I want to. Speaking of curiosity, yeah,
Okay.
I want to know it.
Okay. And we're gonna pivot real quick, and then you can go back. But this is trust the process, okay?
All right, I'm
All right.
I'm ready. I'm ready
Okay.
for the
Is
experience.
it Little House on the Prairie inspired?
Okay. Welcome
Come on, Laura.
Welcome to Movie Narrator Voice Shift. This is my new favorite thing to do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I welcome you to try it. It makes everything better.
I'm not. The giggling gives it away, though.
I'm sorry. Wait, can you give me like intro music, and then I'll be more serious.
And like I have intro music. Let's see what's
Just wait.
in the queue.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, you can't hear anything?
I was assuming. Okay, I didn't hear anything.
Okay, do it again for like 2 seconds.
Oh. It's not very serious music, but do your best.
Summer coming. Damn it, Jeff. The fuck.
It's my fault for now.
Yeah, I can't have, like, you can't interrupt it. You know what I mean? It just like.
All right, I'll go mute. Go ahead.
No, I need the music again. Like 2 seconds. This summer and right now, is movie narrator voice. It is all, everything, and more. Or try it for yourself and feel invigorated and powerful. You're welcome.
That was good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Ooh. No.
Easy now, easy.
I don't have that narrator voice in me. African, do you? Take a crack at it.
What narrative voice?
Weekend narrator voice.
Yeah. I don't know if I can do that. I don't think I can. Can I? Can I do that? Hello.
Closer than I am.
We're talking to. This is. I don't know. Can we do it?
There's radio announcer, then there's like movie announcer. There's different vibes to them.
What do you reckon? Could you be like, yes, we have a problem here. Oh,
It has to be movie
we have a
announcer.
problem. Beat officer.
I think you need the music. You're not doing the spirit. You need like
Little
the
House
little
on the
music.
Prairie, the
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
that he's announcing. Did you do your thing yet?
I reckon what?
Did y'all do your movie night yet?
No. But wait, hold on. What is your picture? Because it looks a little bit questionable. What's happening in that picture? What's that silhouette? Oh yeah, wait, I forgot I'm mad at you. Why'd you gaslight me earlier with look at the valley?
Me?
Yeah,
What?
with the red,
No,
You told
put
me
the
to
valley back. African, put the valley back.
you like look at the red shirt of the black and white
whatever
t-shirt.
board you were sitting next to.
All right, guys, I got
With the red shirt.
on a car, but it's good to see you, Jeff. Is game night on your server or my server? I don't know where we're at.
Whose turn is it? Whose server is it?
I don't
Because
remember.
we didn't have it last week.
We did code names. I just don't remember where it was.
I know, I don't either. I think yours. The last one was at yours.
All right, let's.
But then
so
we
your server.
skipped. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Let's just do it at your server on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, okay.
All right.
That's in 2 days.
I'll either see you then or I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. I hope you guys have a good day.
Bye.
Okay.
OW,
You as
OW.
well. Thanks for
Okay.
coming on.
No problem.
Oh,
Ah,
bye.
hey. It does tear. What am I doing?
I don't
Okay, I
know.
saw the
Oh,
picture.
yeah, we're showing your valley.
I
Like
saw
the
the
valley.
picture. I saw the picture. Okay.
You saw it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the valley. the valley.
All right, I gotta go, but I wanted to come up and share.
Wait,
that
hang
with
on. You were telling us
Wait.
about you were announcing the movie.
Oh, I don't. What movie?
Is this a private viewing?
I don't even. What movie? The Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, that one.
What
it
movie
already
is it? No, I don't even know.
Little
What,
House on the Prairie.
I don't.
I thought. It's not who's gaslighting.
Is there?
I thought some of you were setting something up to do a watch
Oh,
party.
I thought you were.
No.
Oh.
I'm trying to find out the details. I keep getting.
Oh, I've done nothing about this, so pending.
Oh.
Pending info.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
There it is, folks. Our movie
There you go.
announcement for today is. Stay tuned
Pending
for
info.
another announcement down the road.
TBC version. Also, I saw Leggy in a plane too.
Yeah,
What was
you
that
saw
all
it?
about? Yeah.
I don't know. I wanted Leggy come up here.
Yeah, where was he going? Who was driving or piloting or
know.
whatever?
And then they landed. You got to see them.
Oh, I
land,
didn't see
too.
the land. I missed that part. Okay, I gotta go. Sorry. Okay, bye. How do we get? Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Movie lady. Bye. She's not leaving. That's weird. She said bye, but she didn't leave. She's just sitting there, swimming there, hovering there. What do fish do? They just kind of stop moving. Is that idling, hovering? There's got to be a term for that. She's just doing that there. And I don't know where
Well,
African
it's been
is.
a wonderful morning. Thank you.
Is it morning there?
No, it's evening.
Oh. Yeah, it has been. I quite enjoyed the afternoon.
Yeah.
Thank you all for stopping by.
Yeah,
It was another Pee-wee's Playhouse extravaganza.
Be safe. Let me go for.
Peace out.
I've been playing there. Actually, it's not bad. Mouse PI for hire. It's quite cool. You'd probably like it.
It's a game. I am for hire. It's PI.
Oh, no, check it out. It's like black and white Disney shit.
Oh.
It's good. Yeah.
Is it a mystery?
It's a shoot 'em up sort of thing.
Oh, okay. I like the mysteries.
It's not bad.
All right. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your evening. And we'll talk to you again.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you as well. All right, folks. That's the show today. Look for me next time for another one. In the meantime, happy Monday and happy Gummy Day. Get you some delicious gummies. Preferably, they probably don't have them at the mall anymore. Do they still have the mall? The nut shop with the good gummies? Anyway, if you can find some of those, that's a great way to celebrate Happy Gummy Day. If not, you might have to settle for the Haribo at the gas station. Or you might be lucky enough to find the worms with the citric acid sour patch powder. So whatever gummies you find, I hope you enjoy. Take care. Later, Spike. Later, everybody else.